Yeah. Welcome to the Cover 3 Show Wednesday night edition. I'm your host, Chris Forrest, and my other host is Amara with Jason behind her. Couldn't do Tuesday because some things came up, but we're on Wednesday night, so we're here. Got a lot to talk about, OTAs, and plus we'll mention about what happened in Bakersfield, which was a great thing. Jason, are you ready to get the show started?
Let's go.
All right, we're starting it.
Raider Nation, Jason, Chris, 4 Raiders, Chewy, and this the Cover 3 show. Raider Nation, Jason, Chris, 4 Raiders, Chewy, and this the Cover 3 show. Raider Nation, Jason, Chris, 4 Raiders, Chewy, and this the Cover 3 show. Raider Nation. Raiders.
Hey, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Whew. How you feeling, Jason?
Still catching up on rest, but doing good. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy Wednesday to you guys. Happy Wednesday, Daniel Berry. Hey, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming in. As always, BMW Mark Raiders 63. Welcome, brother. Welcome. Today's show, well, before we get started, I want to shout out to all the people that were in Bakersfield with us. Every last one of them. Once again, I had a great time. It's always nice to talk to the Raider Nation. It's always nice to get together. And they say we're violent. Hey, we ain't violent. We're just passionate about the Raiders. We are very passionate about the Raiders. We talk our talk and we walk our walk. Shout out to all those. And especially shout out to that who wasn't in the Bakersfield function with us. We went to a bar, an after party bar. I forget her name, and I do apologize. If you're watching, I do apologize. I forget your name, but if you're in a chat or anything like that, send me a message because I forget your name. There's so much going on. Hey, Mr. Wade, what's going on? Raider Paul. She wore a Raider jacket and walked up to us, sitting around, introduced herself, and said, our friends say, don't wear that Raider jacket. She said, why not? That's the kind of Raider fan I like. I forget your name. Hope you watching. If you watch, send me a text or whatever you can, and say, let me know because I totally forgot. I am so sorry. I do apologize. There was so much going on. All right. With that being said, go ahead, Jason. You want to talk about this DB problem we having right now? I don't see a problem.
Yeah, no, I didn't say it was a problem. I just said basically with the Taron Johnson situation, like.
No, hold on. I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off. Gotta do it. Like I said, I'm kind of rusty, guys, so forgive me. I apologize. Continue.
So with the Taron Johnson situation, like with how our DB room is, pretty much everything is up for grabs, right? We haven't had a legit slot corner, in quite some time since I guess the Meek and Nate, Nate Hobbs days or whatever. But like the thing with this holdout, because me and somebody else were talking about this too, like, and with what we have, pretty much everything's everything's up for grabs. Because like there's rookies coming in we don't have really a lot of veteran presence besides like Pola-Mao that's been here, for a minute, Jeremy Chinn. So is it worth us investing in a slot corner? You know what I mean? Like with what we got a lot of people coming in and out. We got Jeremy Chinn, which is up for a contract, which sometimes plays in the slot. There's, like I said, we don't really have a slot corner. And, we brought in Stooks, we brought in Taron Johnson, all these guys, but they're still young. So is it worth investing maybe, another couple years just until the guys get situated? It's kind of, you can look at it different ways. Like, is Pola-Mao going to be here past, next year? Like, is this, is Jeremy Chinn going to be here past next year? After this year? You know what I'm saying? So is it worth investing a couple years in Taron Johnson? His thing is over the guaranteed money, which, nobody wants to play for nothing. But is it worth it? Like, is signing him replacing deficiency in our defensive room? I know we have high hopes in our rookies, coming in, but at the same time, we would definitely want a vet presence. They've been to the playoffs with the Bills, multiple times. They've battled, some good offenses in that AFC West or in that AFC, playoff. So I just, is it worth it? Because we're kind of saying like, it doesn't matter, whatever. But is it worth it? Because can this be an investment? Because right now it's a rental. If you look at it, we traded for him. So we kind of don't want this to go to waste. We can make this into a profitable situation. But I don't know if he'll accept what we're trying to give him. I don't know how much he wants. But I think it would be good because for what we have in our secondary, until we see our rookies come in there and, take over, it'd be good to have a vet presence in there.
Well, I don't know how much money he wants. They haven't specified that. Only thing he wants is guaranteed money. The difference between getting paid and getting guaranteed. Because, he's up there in age. He's not that old, but he's not that young either. So he can get in there, something happened to him, and he's out. He wants guaranteed money. So I'm sure that the Raiders are working on a contract for him. I don't know how many years. I don't know how much. Nobody knows that but the inside source and the Raiders. But the thing is that they traded for him, so they saw value in him to trade a pick for him. You know what I mean? And they did before they had the draft. So they wasn't sure what they were going to get in the draft. So to play it safe, let's get this guy now. Who's a good player. Even Aaron Rodgers said, man, I didn't like this guy's a good guy. Aaron Rodgers said that, take it for a grain of salt if you want to. But to say that, he's a great person. He's one of the good DBs. So Raiders traded for him. Now they traded for him knowing the fact that he didn't have a guaranteed contract when they did trade him. So they knew he had to work those bugs out. And like I said, if they don't get a contract ready by training camp, which is mandatory. See, this OTA is not. This is voluntary. This is not mandatory OTAs. Not yet. This is voluntary OTAs. And pretty much 95%, 97% of people showed up. I think one of the linebackers, either I'm gonna say Dean, was it Dean? Or one of the other guys didn't show up because his wife's graduating, so he had to be there. And then another guy didn't go there because he had his first baby. Now I forgot all the names. I saw it early and I fell asleep on it. But those guys had excuses. But if he's not there doing mandatory OTAs and training camp, that means they did not work on a contract, they can release him. Because they don't pay him. It's not guaranteed. So they're looking at it, the situation. They say, well, we drafted some guys. I know they're rookies. All right. So we have our options. What do you want? How much we need to pay you? If it's too much, no. They don't have to worry about it because he has no guaranteed money coming. So Raiders won't lose anything.
To the chat, who is our slot corner? Who would you guys like to see right now without Taron Johnson or with Taron Johnson? Who would you guys like to see play that corner slot corner position?
Well, they got options. I mean, you can put Greedy Vance in there. He's still on the team. Well, they do have options. They have their deep room is full. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They got 9 DBs in the room. I mean, until they can't find somebody out there that can fulfill that need. Because Stoops, I think, should play free safety. Because he can all cover all over the field. It kind of Masses could play slot. He can play corner. See, what they drafted was guys that can play multiple positions in the backfield. You know what I mean? They're controversy. Controversy. They you know what I'm trying to say. Yo, what's up?
Biracial. No, it's fine.
Yeah, they can play either position. They can play safety, they can play slot corner. So they do have options.
Yeah. But I mean, who's a legit slot, nickel corner though? Like that's their prime, you know what I'm saying? Like that's their prime position. Because I understand they can play it all, but we need somebody that is a nickel corner. You know what I'm saying? That has versatility.
Well, we have to wait and see how training camp goes and everything else, because there's a lot of position battles going on right now. And so we have to wait and see. Like I said, since they drafted so many DBs and UDFAs, they have their options. I'm sure they're going to test everybody out there besides Stokes and, of course, Chinn. I don't think they're going to play that. They might put Pola-Mao out there. Because one thing about slot corner, he has to actually do a lot of tackling. He has to cover that edge on that side or wherever side he's on. So Pola-Mao could play slot corner. I don't know if his cover skills that good, but they can work on it. They can put him out there. So that's that. It's just that he's not asking for a whole lot of money. I don't think. I think he's asking for at least a couple years guaranteed, because he got 2 years left on his contract. 2 years left that we traded for. Like I said, the Raiders moving in, they already knew that. So just want some guaranteed money. Look, guarantee me these 2 years, please.
Yeah. Yeah. Get it done. No. Go ahead. I was just saying, get it done.
No, they're probably working on it right now. Because, like I said, it's not mandatory to be there, although everybody was there.
Yeah.
But you should be there, especially coming to a new team, to get those reps in. Mm-hmm. So they got to get the show on the road and get in there. Let's see. All right. Should we give him guaranteed money? I mean, he can't guarantee he's going to stay healthy. That's true.
That's the truth.
Yeah, but you want to come in, man? Hit me a thumbs up, because it's a Cover 3 show, and Chewy hasn't popped in yet.
Yeah, I guess if we're going all the way young, because that's what it's looking like. We're just, which is cool. There's nothing wrong with it, because you get, not to say cheap labor, but lighter contracts, and you got that energy, man. We bringing that energy. Guys are still young, still healthy. They're not good.
What the Raiders want is a build a team that's going to be there for the next few years. You know what I mean? They want to build a team that for the next 3 years when we play together. Because one thing about this is you keep changing the team. If you keep doing this and that, you never build continuity. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So you got the two boys from Arizona, the two DBs from Arizona. They play together. They know each other. Like when he does this, you know what that means. Or he does this, you know what that means. You got N'Kobe Dean and Quay. They didn't play together in 4 years, but they did play together and know each other's, you know, what they do, what they don't do. So I'm gonna say this: the Raiders are trying to build on the future. Not this year. I'm not looking for a big thing this year, but I'm looking for continuity, togetherness, and play competitive football. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely so.
So
wouldn't be a Raider camp without a little drama, you know?
yeah, I thought it was gonna be a drama-free year, but of course they had something.
Never.
You know, they'll dig in something. But this is so minute. It's not really a big to me. It's not really a big deal. Either get it done or they say bye. Because one thing is that he's not guaranteed contract for the next 2 years. So like, well, we didn't got to pay you. Bye.
This time last year, Wilkins was kissing people on the forehead, you know? So
who?
Wilkins.
The name that we not saying no more?
Oh yeah, sorry, excuse me. Yeah, still don't have a job.
He still don't. I didn't hear anything about Wilkins. Anybody heard Wilkins? I don't think they want that locker room madness.
Yeah. So that foot probably, you know, maybe that was a good, smart move because maybe that foot wasn't going to get back to normal. You know what I'm saying? So, and maybe that's why he didn't want to have the surgery because he knew basically that he wouldn't be the same, or you know, who knows what happened. But for us, we saved money and it looks like a good move.
Well, we didn't save money. You had to pay him something. I don't know if it's still going to arbitrate or not, but they still had to pay him because their money was guaranteed.
Yeah, I thought when they went to court that he didn't win. I thought we won that one.
Hey, guess who's in the chat? D Menace. He was there, man. Boy, he was in Bakersfield. D Menace, nice meeting you, brother. Very nice meeting you. Yes, I got a name to the face, man. It was a pleasure, dude. Awesome. He was there. Oh, man.
Even better person in person. You know what I'm saying? Been solid A1 since day one, but definitely something, you know what I'm saying? 100%, man.
Little Jason.
Say what's up.
Let's see what chat say. It would be nice to win and get whatever money back we get from that. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you want to talk about it, Wilkins was not a bad player. It was just antics. It was doing a locker room. Get some guys on the forehead. You know, do that.
Yeah, he had some freaky ways. I mean, when they showed, I didn't see all that stuff until after, you know, he was banned from the team and all that. I seen all the grabbing and grab, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, who does all that?
He did that was at Clemson. They showed that was in the guy's backside. Like, what the heck are you doing? Kissing the coach. Well, he kissed the coach when they won championship. Like, what are you doing?
He was grabbing grapes. You know what I'm saying? That man was like, you know, but how he, you know, there's, you know, you could definitely tell there's some mental, because like how Adam Butler was saying, man, like, I don't know what's going on with you, brother, but you need to pray and
Jason,
see God.
Move your camera to the side because you off screen.
Oh, it's all good. They don't want to see me. They want to see the baby.
No, they want to see the baby. That's more important.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But yeah, like I said, like he still hasn't got signed by a team. So I mean, there's something, you know, something going on deeper than that.
Yeah, it might be his foot or it might be his antics. Okay. Stop calling me. His antics in the locker room. And see, that's one thing we don't need anymore. We don't need that locker room antics, that locker room BS. Hey, Ella, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming in. Hey. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and notifications for both our channels. Mine is Chris for Raiders. And it is my man, Raider Nation Jason, my homie, my homeboy in crime. Well, we don't do any crime, but we did some crime Saturday. Not that we go to jail about, so just kidding. But anyway, my brother, this is my business partner right here.
Yes, sir.
So I think I watched a press conference today, and a lot to take from that. I can't pull it up right now. I don't know why I can't pull it up. I'm trying to pull it up, but it won't come up. I can remember a few things he said. Kubiak. We talk about Brock Bowers. He called him a robot. Robot. He just like, they asked about Brock Bowers. Said Brock Bowers is like a robot. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, he's a cyborg more than a robot.
Yeah,
because I mean, he's just all serious business, you know. And I like that, you know. We don't need the antics. We don't need, you know, we need production more than anything. You know what I'm saying? And I like the brother, man. Like he's built different. Like we when we drafted him, there's no question that he wasn't worth that pick. Literally, he was our best receiver. You know what I mean? And he's a tight end. You know what I'm saying? Like we haven't had that since what's his name? Since Zach Miller. You know what I'm saying? Or Waller. You know what I'm saying? Something, but it's crazy. Like he's just different. Like he's a hybrid, which really brings value to Mayer. You know what I'm saying? Because like if Mayer is used as the traditional tight end role, like and they just use Bowers as a flex, you know what I'm saying? Just flex him to that wide receiver. That'll take the pressure off the wide receiver room, and then that'll still let Mayer get the catches, get the opportunities. You know what I'm saying? We could be dangerous, man. Like that's why I kind of like having Kirk too, because he's gonna get Mayer involved. He loves tight ends. That's the thing. Him and Brock are gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? So this season's gonna be crazy, y'all. Like it's gonna be. At least I know our offense is going to be better because that's the one thing. At least Kirk can keep us, you know, keep us afloat. I mean, he's going to dish the ball. He don't do that. The thing he's not BS. He's not going to be running around like crazy. He's going to get the ball out of his hands. He don't like taking hits and all that either. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's going to be interesting. I feel like with the addition of Kubiak too, we're going to see some things that we're not even ready for. Because like you see how we talk, like when we talk about like roster picking, like say the schedule, looking at each game, this is a different team. Like all the games that we think are going to be just straight losses because they've been losses in the past, I feel like we're going to get surprised this year. We're going to beat some teams that we had no business beating, or so we thought, but it's us getting better. It's us actually adding good pieces. It's us having the football minds to do the right things, not to do all these questionable, you know what I'm saying, play calling and all this. Just get back to football, you know, not dancing around stuff, just smacking people in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much running the ball down people's throat. And, you know, we'll be fine. You know, Brock is a beast, man. And I think his production, I hope, is less because somebody else steps up. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in the wide receiver room. Because I think somebody is going to jump out of that room, man, and claim a spot. You know, I feel like Malik Benson. I really do. You know, I want to say E.J. Williams because the more I've seen how E.J. Williams and Fernando Mendoza it was kind of like I like E.J. Williams because he creates. Because when I guess Surratt and Omar would be pretty much covered, it would be a broken play, and EJ Williams would just pretty much make a way. Like you could tell the communication with them was hella good. So that's why I'm like, I wouldn't be mad if they both made this squad somehow, because like that's a comfort blanket. And if you watch how they work, you know, they work towards the ball and they're very smart. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very, we're going to be surprised this year. I know we're winning more than 3 games. I know we're winning more than 4 games, but playoffs, I'm not sure, but I feel like we're going to be closer than we think.
Well, I'm going to say this. First of all, I'm going to talk about this. When we was in Bakersfield, I was going around asking everybody, people I never met before, what do you think the Reds go game is going to be? And of course, I gave one guy said 20-0. Yeah, that's what I said last year. I said that'd be great if they do that. I mean, they won Super Bowl. But realistically, most of the guys I talked to, ladies and gentlemen, even some kids, most of them said 6 to 8 wins is what they're looking for. Not 10, not 12, not 13. Majority of them, I'll say 8 out of 10 of them said something that one guy said 20. 8 out of 10 said 6 to 8 wins. And I talked to a few people, a lot of people I've never seen before, strangers. I've seen some of them last year, but they didn't know me, and I didn't know them. Said 6 to 8 wins. Now I'm kind of like, that's on a good day, I think. Me, I'm looking at an area between 4 to 6. Because you got to remember one thing. This is a new head coach, never coached before, offensive coordinator. This is a new defensive coordinator, never coached before, line coach, defensive line coach. We got 2 rookie head coaches. We have a rookie quarterback, although we didn't get Kirk Cousins. We still got a rookie quarterback. We got a lot of new faces in the building, some old and a lot more new. Plus, on top of that, who we played this year? The 2 divisions they played. We played the NFC West, which is NFC West, which is the strongest division in the National Conference. And we play the AFC East, which is the second strongest conference in the American Conference, okay? So we got to play the 2 hardest conferences this year. So it's going to be easy? Hell no. But it will be a challenge for us, and I want to see them overcome that challenge. Anyway, I'm going to bring them to the stage, Rebel Unleashed.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, bro?
How y'all doing on this wonderful Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday. It's Wednesday.
Wednesday. Thursday. I don't know what day it is.
Yeah, well, like I said, we got a tough schedule. Well, we always have a tough schedule. The Reds notoriously, every freaking year in existence, they had a tough schedule. One reason is because the AFC West is tough. But other than that, the NFL loves to screw us over on the schedule. What? No primetime games? We play all on Sundays. Then we got 4 games against all playoff teams. Yeah, they did as good.
We play, 11 playoff teams? I guess 9 if you count Kansas City. If you don't count Kansas City, but, everybody thinks Kansas City's going to be back in the mix. So possibly 11 playoff teams. And then we don't even know the teams like the Titans or, I don't want to say the Jets, but, those other teams that could be good. The Saints could be good with Tyler Shuck. I mean, they got Jordan Tyson. So, I mean, we got a tough schedule no matter what, but I wouldn't want it any other way, man. We have that every year. Let's see what we got, first year 1. I heard you say something about the expectations are 16-0. Man, that's crazy. But, let people believe. If they want to believe, I don't hold nothing against them. If you want to let yourself down thinking we're going to go undefeated, that's fine. I seen 10 wins on the schedule that, could possibly could go our way or could not go our way. And, so that's my ceiling. I think 10's the ceiling. I think the 6 should be the floor. And, let the chips fall where they may, shall we say, in Vegas, right?
Yeah, he said 20-0. 20-0 means that you want everything. You want Super Bowl and all that. Yeah, but
I'll take that all day.
People,
give me 20-0, please.
People are gonna have
What do I got to do?
People have their confidence. They're gonna be confident. Yeah, I wish that would happen. Yeah, be honest with you, but when reality sets in, like, yeah, that's sorry, but you never know. But yeah, that's what you call a Raider guy who's faithful. He's faithful about his team. He wants to win. So I ain't mad at him for that.
We all want to win. We're thirsting for wins. 7 wins in the last 2 seasons ain't gonna cut it. You know what I mean? Like,
that's crazy.
I mean, our record is what, 146 and 240 something. Like it. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. We have to turn this ship around, and we got a long ways to go. So one game at a time, right? We have a schedule. Yes, it's rough, but let's focus on Miami, and then how that goes. Let's focus on the Chargers, right? And then let's focus on the Saints, and then let's focus on the Chiefs, right? We can all give schedule predictions, right? Because that's what everybody wants to see. It's going to get clicks. It's going to get people in. It's going to get conversation, right? That's the conversation. Sometimes it's going to get riled conversation, and people are going to get heated over other people's opinion. But man, that's what we do. That's why we love this shit. That's why I do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna give my prediction. I just said, looking at outside in from what they're building, I just said 4-6 win. Like, you happy with that? Of course not. But I'll be satisfied to see them play better games. Because I can't see another game like last year. That Kansas City game that was the worst game I've ever seen in my life. 30 goddamn plays in the whole game. I want to see it be more competitive. And the games they can win, they should win. That's what I want to see. Because we're new, so a lot of other teams we're playing. They got new players. We got new players. We got a new head coach. The other team had a new head coach. Their first or second year. So we don't know how it looks until we see it on the field. Till we see it after the first, 3 games? I always judge football by the first 3 games.
Oh, sorry.
What?
You know how the Bears playoffs, when they played the Packers, like when they won that game, and then after the game, the coach Bill Johnson's like, man, F those guys, man, I hate those. That's what I want. Like, I want somebody in here, man, that like just hates KC as we all, you know what I'm saying? Like, and wants to just beat the out of everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, I miss that, man. Like, we haven't been bullies in quite some time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we used to be the bullies of the league, man. Like, and now we've been punked by everybody. It's crazy.
But most of the fans ain't seen that, right? Most of the fans, they watched that on tape. They weren't around for those days. They didn't see us get to be bullies. That's all a myth now, right? The past is the path, bro. Unless you were there and seen it live, right? Or you get to see, some NFL films. Like, nobody knows this. The youth doesn't know that. They know Max Crosby. They know, they know Josh Jacobs. They know Devontae Adams. Like, that's what a lot of people that, know. They don't know the old days or the history. So, I feel sorry. Like I keep saying, my son's 25, man. He's never, he hasn't seen. He's like, come on, man. Can we just have one season where it's at least positive? I mean, we were almost there, right? We were almost there with AP. Come in 8-9. We were, right on the fringe. A couple of games could have went our way. Or, they could have put the quarterback that was playing in a couple games earlier, and maybe 1 or 2 more, maybe. But we were almost there. And then how do we go from there to winning 4 to 3 games? How do you get to that point where, okay, it's starting to go better, right? And then it just all falls apart. It just doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense.
That's I'm glad to put the blame on Mark Davis' fault, because he didn't get what you need. Because like I said, you need continuity. You need to all together. You can't right the ship when you keep changing coaches every year, or changing regimes, or changing GMs. You gotta get somebody consistent. So what? Okay, if we go 4-13 this year, good. Not good, but you know what I'm saying? Let them stay. Don't fire Spytek. Don't fire the head coach. Don't start wholesaling the team. They have to stick together for it to work. Because, like I said, there's not new players on this team. And a lot of them got 3-year contracts. So we expect them to play at least 3 years. You know, Quebec got a 5-year contract. Let him play it out. And Spytek got 4 years left, 3 years left on his contract. I'm sure they're going to extend it, but let them keep doing what you got to do until they get the right formula together. You keep changing the formula, you'll never get better. You got to stick with something. Because if you're going to sit there, because you look at the worst teams in the NFL, who are the worst teams in the NFL? Always the one in the top 5 draft picks. Always the one getting the top 5 draft picks unless they trade away. But they're the worst organizations. I don't want to be in that category anymore. The worst organization, not the worst football team, the worst organization. And that comes from the top. That comes from Mark Davis, and it goes down. You know, you can't change things overnight. Sometimes it takes time.
Which is funny, too, because look at the last 3 drafts. Brock, Genty, Fernando. From our terrible seasons, pretty much. And
well, we had a 13th pick, and that one got borrowed, so we didn't have a top 10 draft. We had a 13th pick because the year AP was the head coach. You know, we went 8-9.
Yeah.
After that, it just went downhill from there.
It's got worse. Like that's what I'm saying, but we can't get no worse technically. You know, we can't get no worse than we in. So technically, it's all pretty much.
Don't go that far. Don't go that far.
I mean, we can't get really worse. Well, yeah, I mean, we could go
Don't go that far.
We could go 0, but I mean, we'll still be in the same draft position.
There's some there's some people out there that are saying, you know, there's some people out there saying we're still going to win 4 games. Like to me, that's I mean, you bring in a head coach that was the best head coach in this coaching cycle, a lot say, right? I mean, there was other names like Harbaugh, but they went quick, right? So available, and the guys they wanted their eyes on was the guy that ended up winning the Super Bowl, right? But they had their eyes on Clint Kubiak before he won the Super Bowl. They didn't know he was going to win the Super Bowl. That's just a plus and a bonus that goes with it. But you're telling me you're bringing in that with 2 other guys that know his system, that have been in his system, that have a cohesionness, right? That know each other, that help each other, that been grinding with each other, and then a team that lost to a last-second field goal to the Bears, playoff team, a team that barely lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars, playoff team, a team that beat the Patriots, playoff team. You know what I mean? A team that lost 10-7 to the Broncos, playoff team. Not only a playoff team, but they were 1 game away from the Super Bowl. So you're telling me that this team with better coaching still is only a 4-win team? That's a problem for me. That's a problem. If you're telling me it's a 5 or 6 win team, you know, that's still kind of a problem. If we can't double what we had last year in 3 wins, to me, that's, you know, that says a lot about our roster or a lot about this coach year 1 to me, right? Because you have Brock Bowers as a weapon, you have Ashton Genty, you give him Mike Washington, right? You have guys that are supposed to break out. We're hearing all this stuff about Dante Thornton and Jack Besh. This defense has nothing but speed. You bring in superstars and, you know, maybe all pros down the line in the Kobe Dean and Quay Walker. And you're telling me we're still only winning 4 games or 5 games or 6 games, right? So they can say it's a rebuild and there's no pressure on this team to win now. But there's, like you said, a lot of people are thinking 20 wins, 16 wins, right? 16-0. A lot of people are thinking playoffs, right? So even though they're saying it's a rebuild, just logical football sense says, man, you have to at least win 6 games, right? You can't tell me you got the best coaching in this cycle, one of the best offensive line coaches in Rick Dennison. And that was our main problem last year, is we had the worst coach offensive line, not the worst offensive line, the worst coached offensive line. Now we have these guys. Clint Kubiak said something very special today that stuck in my mind. He said, we have guys that we don't have to teach how to be NFL players. We don't have to teach these guys, right? We're teaching them the system. They already know. We drafted guys that already know how to be NFL players, that already know how to carry themselves, that already know how to study the playbook, that already know how to process information. We don't have to teach that. That's a step ahead. So I can't get on board with 4 wins with the steps we made. Now I know it's a rebuild, and they said that for a reason. But you can't tell me that they're not preparing to win every single one of these games that they're going out, no matter who the quarterback is, whether it's Kirk Cousins, whether it's Fernando Mendoza, Aiden O'Connell, or Jacob Clark. It doesn't matter. They're going to prepare to win these games. Now, can we win some? Can we lose some? Yes, but it's the NFL, right? Any given Sunday, you could have the refs make some bad calls. You could have a fumble, late on a drive that turns it around in a close game. You could have an interception run back for a touchdown like we did 2 years ago with Gardner Minshew when we were in that game with the Broncos, another team that, was a playoff team that year with Gardner Minshew. And we're winning that game at halftime. We're up 7-3 or 10-3. We're up 10-3. And we're getting ready to drive down and score again and put it to 17-3. And he throws the interception for a touchdown and they run it back. And they tie the game 10-10. And we lost 34-10.
Yeah.
One mistake. Why can't we be that team for one year with Kubiak, who's all about God, right? Can we get a little faith in the building? I mean, you have Aiden O'Connell, you have Clint Kubiak, you have right, you have Mendoza. All these dudes are all about God and faith. So I feel like there's got to be a little luck on Raider Nation's side for one time, just one season, man. Can we get a little love in the building? And I believe all these teams, yes, it looks rough on paper, but I feel like they just don't know what's coming. They have no idea. The way these guys are talking and the way they feel, right? Everybody's talking about Clint Kubiak's all about business, right? It's short. The practices are short. You hear all this talk about it's business. It's business in and out. If you don't know the information, you're not going to be here. You're not going to get on the field. So that's a big difference from the last 3, 4, 5, even 6 years, right? Even when Gruden was in the building, it's different. The practice already the last 2 days have been, all we hear is reporting on X is like, man, this is different. This is different. It's get in, it's get out. Kubiak said, I'm not trying to waste these guys' time. And I believe he's trying to say the same thing. I don't want you wasting mine, right? So if you're not coming here to give 110% and trying to win games, nobody's thinking in the building it's a rebuild. They just put that out there and that's stuck in everybody's head. It's a rebuild. We're not going to be good. I just feel that's what
the players they interviewed. They talked to Gente, they talked to Colton Miller, they talked to Stokes. I like Stokes' interview; it was great. But he said he's all ball, and that's what a head coach is supposed to be about. This is a business. We're here to win games. We're not playing games. If that's the case, let's go out to the park and throw football around. We can do that. That's nothing. But we're here to play games. We're here to win games. We're here to win football games. This is business. You can have your fun stuff later. After we play that game, we go have fun. If we win, we can have fun if we lose. But it's all strictly business. He's his first year head coach. I'm sure there's not a lot. I don't think there's a lot of stress, but it's a lot of pressure on him to prove that he deserves to be a head coach. Not to us, to himself. Because I said that for years. We need an offensive mind head coach because the last few years we had no offense. We had no offensive coordinator. We had none of that. We had a decent defense, but none of that. So Kubiak said, okay, I'm going to return this whole thing, flip it on the backside. We can become an offensive team. And what he's doing right now is strictly business. Going by, this is what we're going to do. Like he said today, this is OTAs. This means really not, get everybody in shape to get ready for training camp. Because once training camp starts, you talking about business now? Wait till then. You're going to be really strictly business. If you can't handle it, then there's a front door over there. You can see your way out. That's what it's all about with Kubiak. I like his approach to the system. I like the approach that he took the stickers off. And they asked a question in the press conference, how do they get their sticker back? They got to earn it. As a team, he said, yeah, as a team. So not just one individual get one sticker. He said a whole team has to earn the sticker. That means all of us together. What's that thing the 4 Musketeers or 3 Musketeers say? One for all for one.
Right.
That's the mentality he's putting in there.
3 Musketeers.
3 Musketeers, 4 Musketeers. I mean, I don't know, 5, 10.
He said the 4 Musketeers.
I don't know. They had a movie called 4 Musketeers, and well, it was the 4th Musketeers. D'Artagnan was.
We got 3 people on the screen. He still said 4.
Well, it was 4. There was a 4th Musketeer. They never called it. It was 3 Musketeers. And I remember all the dates, those finals, and what's called D'Artagnan was the 4th one. Anyway, ridicule me all you want to.
But yeah, so Kubiak, man, he said another thing. He said the Raiders brought me in to change this offense around, to be the offensive coordinator. So I'm going to spend my time with the offense, and I'm going to delegate special teams to the special teams coach, right? Defense to Robbie Leonard, right? Those I trust them to do their job. I don't have to be over there involved. My time is going to be with this offense and getting this offense together because that's what they hired me to do, right? So he already knows what's going on. He can run the team. He can be around the offense. He trusts in his guys. He trusts in the guys that they brought in. A lot of the guys he worked with, right, he brought in. So he already knows these guys. He has faith in what they can do and how they're going to help Rob Leonard on the defense and how they're going to help what the hell's I already forgot the special teams coordinator's name. But yeah, right. So they already brought in these guys that they trust, that they've worked with. They know what they got. They know what they bring. They know how they teach. And that's the biggest thing is teaching, right? Last year, we've seen our head coach jumping on guys and doing frog splashes off the top ropes and elbow drops and shit on people. He wasn't teaching nobody nothing. We're not trying to learn how to do a suplex and power slam. we're trying to learn football technique. So this dude's out here, trying to do WWE. This year it's all business. Dude, Kubiak don't smile. He's serious. He's straight to the point. And you can already tell from the first practice, right? You didn't see nobody. I went back and watched some film that I had from last year, just OTAs. And you see guys, standing around, guys talking. There was none of that in this. I seen everybody in line, right? guys ready to take their next step. The quarterbacks, when they were changing in and out, all 4 of them were like, boom, in, ready to go, right? There's no lagging. It's everybody's has a pace. And the fact that he said, 2 of our biggest stars, Ashton Genty and Brock Bowers, are all gas, no brakes constantly.
Yeah.
I mean, now you have 2 guys on the offense that are the same as the Max Crosby leader on the defense, all gas, no brakes, right?
His name is Joe. His name is Joe D. Camillus.
D. Camillus. That's it. D. Camillus. Yeah. I knew it was something D something, and I didn't want to say it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, but like you said, if you watch the practice, it was all business. They were. Like I said, Pete Carroll wasn't sitting there pinning somebody down and 1, 2, 3 tag.
They're not rolling around in big ass balls and like doing all that.
Yeah, no, they're down there. I mean, I can see having fun sometimes, but then again, for right now, they had their fun last year.
Go to Top Golf.
They had their fun in practice last year, and what did that get us? 3 wins. So
you got Circus in Vegas, man. Go there, have fun.
Exactly. When the practice said and done, y'all go do what you want. We can't control you guys' outside life, but for right now, while you're on this field in this organization, you're gonna do what you're supposed to do. Fun games stop. I mean, they'll have fun games during practice, of course, but the ball, the pin and playing WrestleMania and all that stuff, that's out the door.
Yeah, that was just way too much, man. They did all kinds of crazy stuff. Had dudes running around on other people riding them like horses and shit. Like what are y'all doing out here, man? Just teach the fundamentals, and that's what I like about Rob Leonard, right? He said, like, I don't need to give these guys a whole bunch of information. We're gonna start with the fundamentals, breaking down, tackling, right? Tackling 101, hands in the correct position, right? Feet in the correct position. Right, broke down in a correct position, not trying to clothesline people or doing a flying body press to tackle people like I seen a couple times last year. Guys just leaving their feet, proper technique, fundamentals, man. Like just what they're teaching and the way they talk about teaching, and how everybody else. If you look at all the top networks and media, they're all saying the same thing. It's different.
Frank Weber made the best statement right now. Pete Carroll's a retread. I think he meant retread, but yeah, retread. And I got tired of that for years. You know it, Rebel. Yeah, Jason, you know it. We always get retread players, retread coaches, retread everything. Everything's new. I mean, we do have veterans. We did pick a couple of veterans, but they're not old veterans. They haven't been in the league for 15 years. They'll leave for like 3-4 years, like Kobe Dean and Quay Walker.
They're not leftovers.
Guys. Yeah, we're not getting retreads anymore. Everything is new. That's what I like about it. New players, new coaching staff. I mean, some coaches have been for years, like Rob Lambert, 15 years, 13 years. But I'm saying, as far as getting an old person past their time in the organization, no, let's start fresh. Let's start new. And then in 2-3 years or 3 years that doesn't work out, and we got to start over again. But for now, I'm looking forward to see what we build. Like when I say 4 to 6 wins, not putting it down. Believe me, I like to have more. But I'm saying that it's new. It's like a completely new organization. If you look at it, everything is just new. That's why my expectations not high. My expectations were high last year at Pete Carroll because he done it before. So I figure I'll wake up more than 10 wins. Well, 10 wins win. You get 10 wins total in 3 years, but I was hyped on that. I was hyped on what AP did in the last part of the season. But he got screwed. We don't talk about that right now. So I was hyped. Now I'm not hyped. Now I just want to see quality football on the football field at Allegiant Stadium and outside Allegiant Stadium. I want to see quality football.
Yeah. And to piggyback off what Rebel was saying earlier, like, the 4 to 6, just kind of limiting us to just 4 to 6 wins and stuff like that. But because like adding Mike Washington alone, just that, I mean, we are going to be a problem. Like if everybody stays healthy, and then not to mention Hemby as the third, you know what I'm saying? Like that is what we haven't had. Like now I felt incomplete last year at running back. This year I feel I'm satisfied. You know what I'm saying?
How can you feel complete at running back when we had Zamir White? Come on, man.
No, I said I didn't feel. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel complete because
how can you feel incomplete with the running back of Zamir White caliber?
Oh, I mean, the talented back that he was.
Ashton Jeanty got all the carries. 256 your rookie year is a lot to ask on the worst team in the NFL. Not just the worst offensive line and the worst coached offensive line, but the worst team in the NFL. We got the number 1 pick for a reason. Now, yeah, they could have probably tanked a couple of those games to try to get him or whatever you want to say, but we were the worst team for a reason. We got the number 1 overall pick for a reason. So, for him to have to carry the load, not only out of the backfield like that, that's not even counting the receptions he got, out of the backfield and the 5 touchdowns he got out of that. So, man, it's going to be a big difference for him to know that, man, I'm not the only one, right? If I have to go out for a play and catch my breath, we're going to be fine. And I felt like last year he was like, no, you ain't taking me out. No, I'm not coming out because he's a winner, right? He's a competitor. He's like, man, I want to win and I want to be on the field because I know I give this team the best option to win with me out there. So now we know you got a little bit of help and look, you could take a breath off, right? And don't have to worry about it. Or you could put both of them out there. And then what?
Can you imagine a 12-man formation with split back with Washington and Jeanty? Can you imagine that?
Yeah, 22 personnel with Brock and Mayer and 2 backs, even if it's one's a fullback. I mean,
yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Speaking of which, they're still talking with Najee Harris. How you feel about that?
Najee's a Niner fan at the end of the day in real life. So
Najee Harris?
Yeah, in real life he's a Niner fan. So I mean, yeah, we good. We'll be all right.
Well, a lot of these guys on the team are not necessarily Raider fans, growing up liking the Raiders.
Well, I technically don't know.
Even your boy number 15 said he grew up liking Miami Dolphins. So, well,
yeah,
I'm tired of taking reps away from these young players, man. I was mad when they brought in Tyler Lockett and took the reps away from Dante Thornton and Jack Best last year. The man did nothing to help us really, but he got way more targets than he deserved, right?
Yeah,
I'm tired of bringing in, quarterbacks to play in front of the guys that were drafted here, whether they like them or not, right? Let the kid play, man. Like, so, you draft players. We have a general manager that talks about developing guys in the building and giving them opportunities. So why do we keep, bringing in guys to take away to take away reps and in the learning and slow down the learning curve for these young guys that we have that could be the future, right? You don't want to take reps away from Mike Washington or, Roman Hemby or Dylan Labe or whoever's going to be back there. You don't want to take reps away from Najee Harris, especially if I don't understand this. I don't understand how everybody's saying, okay, we're possibly a 4 to 6 win team and it's a rebuild. But why do we need to go get a number one receiver, a back that's been in the league for why do we need all these veterans if we're just trying to rebuild? Let these young guys on the roster, these UDFAs, have a chance to play and develop them instead of bringing in all these old guys, right? I don't think we need a 32-year-old wide receiver again or, a 28-year-old running back. I don't think we need that. Let's go with the youth, see what we have, right? They did the same thing in Seattle. Charbonnet wasn't an old back. Kenneth Walker wasn't, an old back, right? They had all youth over there. So I think as long as you have the right coaching, you don't need those old guys in the building, not old guys, but you know what I mean? Those veteran guys in the building at every position, right? It's nice if you have the flexibility on your roster to have those guys, but stop bringing in these guys to take reps away and slowing down the development process for guys that we think could be something on this team. That's how I feel.
Well, Gigi has said in his press conference that he had Mozart there to help him out in a few things. But then again, he was a rookie. So I can see a veteran present there in their room, in the running back room, wide receiver room, whatever we want to call, we want to talk about.
So you got Lobby.
You always have a wily veteran there. But
Lobby
to have the veteran sitting there taking the majority of the snaps, I don't see that. I say, well, okay, well, he's there to help the young guys out, but why should he take up all the snaps?
Yeah, but he's also taking up a roster spot, though, is what I'm saying. If he's taking up that roster spot, then those guys ain't going to get snaps on the field.
That's true. Well, let's see how it plays out. I mean, I just heard that they're still talking to him, so we'll see how that plays out because I like the running back room. I like Genty. Washington's my favorite draft pick. I keep saying that. Hemby's there. Who else they got there? Lobby and somehow Chris Collier. So that's what, 6 running backs, 5 running backs. 1, 2, 3, 4. My math is on. So somebody's not gonna make it. If they bring Najee Harrison, one's gonna cut, if not 2.
I mean, Najee would be an upgrade over Lobby, of course. So, if you look at it like that, if we bring in Najee, that's definitely an upgrade over Lobby, which will be kind of that odd man out. So, I'm always looking to upgrade, but I would definitely want the young guys to get some play and say, hey, if they get hurt or something like that, then you can, throw in Najee or something like that. But for really, we got to power back with Mike Washington. You know what I'm saying? So everything that Najee can do, Mike can do too. You know what I'm saying? So and plus Najee's been injured and all that kind of stuff too. Damn near blew his eye out last year or whatever too. So it was, it was a lot going on.
Well, okay, where did that place Lobby is? Because where would he fit? Because they said, well, he'd be special team players, but they brought in guys to do the kickoffs. They brought in that guy Young, Derek Young, to do kickoff returns. Damn good kickoff return too. I don't see where Lobby fits in this room.
He really doesn't.
They had 2 last year. I don't know if they will this year, but most teams on kickoff returns have 2 guys back there.
Yeah,
one on each side.
Definitely out. You know what I'm saying?
And Lobby was our best gunner last year on the defensive side on kickoffs. He out there making tackles and tackling dudes for loss. As soon as they touch the ball. So he's that aspect too on the special teams that a lot of these receivers that are running kickoff, these cats that are running kickoff and punt returns, they're not special teams. They're not tacklers on defense. So he brings both sides of the special teams. He can play on the offense and the defense. He get, he's fast, he's solid, he's big. So he's damn good at tackling as well.
Okay. So basically he'd be a special teams player. So 1, 2.
Well, I mean, that's what he was last year, and he was listed as a running back, but he was the kick returner, kickoff return.
This right now we have 5 running backs, so I don't know. It might keep 4. I don't know how many you're gonna keep. So I like the running back room. I don't see a need for Najee Harris. I don't. I mean, he's a veteran, that's fine. But I see no where we need him. So last year, yeah, I would have brought him in last year. This year, no.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the running back room. How do you guys feel about the running back room?
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, I like the way it is. Najee before the draft, yeah, but after the draft, I'm cool now.
That they got Washington, yeah.
Yeah, they scratched the itch that I had for running back. So, I'm more focused on. Well, I agree with what you said about the wide receiver room earlier. Like, we need to decipher who we have now. You know what I mean? Instead of bringing somebody in, we need to see what we actually have. Like, shake this wide receiver tree, and see who is worth a damn, and pretty much go from there and see what we got, because we'll never know until these guys get on the field. We get them in real game action when it counts, and do they deliver? Do they catch it, or do they let it slip away? So we need to see that. And it's gonna, like I said, this is the perfect year. This is the perfect year to test out everything. There's no pressure. We don't expect a Super Bowl. So until we get there, let's see what we got, man. We got these guys on the roster just getting paid to, not even play. Like, come on, let's see what we got. Let's make people, pop out and earn that spot.
And it was good what they did, man. This wide receiver room was so big. It's going to be a lot of competition out there. So I like that. A lot of competition, because you got some guys going to do what. And they said, we need a number one receiver. Well, if you watch Kubiak's offense last year, there really was no dig in one receiver. There's one receiver that called a lot of balls, that NJBT, whatever his name is, called a lot of balls. He's having to get open a lot. But there's really no number one receiver. There's no number one. There are guys out there who do certain things in certain calls in offense. So he has a lot of competition out there too. Can you run this? We in this set. Can you run that? We in that set. So we're gonna determine who's better. We got 9 receivers on the roster right now. 9. We're not keeping that many. I know that.
We got 12.
Is it 12 now?
It's 12. And don't be surprised if Chase Roberts isn't one of those ones that makes the practice squad and then sneaks his way onto the roster. Because
I like Chase Roberts.
Chase Roberts is
from BYU.
A very intelligent player. He's jacked up. The dude's ripped. He runs damn good routes. He's got fast enough speed where if you get he gets a step or two by you, most guys ain't catching him unless you got 4.3 speed. He's just an all around good football player. He blocks well as well. So those hard hat guys that are versatile, that you move around from different positions. That's what we keep hearing them preach, is they want guys that can play different positions. So he's a guy that plays special teams, both sides, and he can do all the hard hat dirty work, kind of like Jacoby Myers that we lost, and like Jack Best is probably going to do. So
I'm surprised he didn't go drafted. He's in UFA. I'm surprised they ain't drafted. That dude is like 6'4", 210 pounds.
Yeah,
I'm like, he get drafted. Don't pick him up. But he's sneaky good. He's sneaky good, man. I'm surprised he didn't make the job, like you said, the practice squad either, because the guy's big.
Yeah, I like and Tanner Wall, the safety, and Isaiah Jota. All 3 of those guys I've been raving about since we brought them in. All 3 of those BYU guys played very, very well at BYU. So very smart, intelligent players, right? They know football. They love football. And I wouldn't be surprised if all 3 of those stick around, really. And as far as the running back goes, we know how I feel about Mike Washington. I'm a Razorbacks fan.
Oh, so come on now. You are.
Talked about this young man all year long. So, when you get a guy from your college team to go to your NFL team, like I just hope that they don't keep putting the McFadden curse on him, because I just don't see that.
Yeah, no.
He's McFadden 2.0. No, he's not, bro. He's been healthy throughout his career, right? He's
mad at McFadden.
A lot.
And Jason tell you, when we were doing our mock draft, I had him on my mock drafts.
Yeah,
I had him on. He kept, he was there sitting there in the 4th round, and I'm like, man, if he's not the second, he's the 3rd best running back in this draft. So to get him in the 4th round, in my opinion, was
Well,
an absolute steal.
he's better than Price. Is it Price from Notre Dame? He's better than him, and he went in the 2nd round, 3rd round. I think he's better than him. He just hasn't played for a team that wasn't that good this year. So,
Yeah, I think it's close. Jadarian Price is good, man. He's gonna be special as well. But Mike Washington, I think his biggest thing was the fumbles at New Mexico State, right? I think the fumbles, and then the 2 he had at Arkansas. But one of those was a strip from behind, around the goal line, and then the other one I think was on a kickoff return, I want to say. So
like, it happens. That was the best of it. You know, such thing the running back never fumbled in his life.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Guys, it's gonna happen. But when you have the number of big plays that he had on the limited amount of carries, because I mean the dude only had like 170 something carries, right? And still had almost 800 yards, and most of those were all big plays. So yeah, that's why a lot of people say he's a one cut and go guy. But I'm telling you, man, the guy has vision. He knows how to read the wide zone. He knows how to read the inside zone. He knows when to cut, how to cut, right, and then turn on the jets. So, I mean, call it what you want. One cut guy, no vision. He's gonna be special. He's gonna be special for the Raiders, and he's gonna be special in the NFL, and he's gonna be special for us, hopefully. So, yeah, I think a great asset. That 1-2 punch is just going to be killer for teams, man. You got Ashton Genty that's just gonna destroy your body constantly. Every time you try to tackle this young man, you're taking thumps, right? Like the body count last year was, I think, up to 13 I counted. So it was like 13 defensive backs that he put on their back. They were DBs on their back. And, he just continues to do it, whether it was linebackers, whether it was safeties, whether it was DBs. I mean, hell, even defensive linemen, right? You have one of the best defensive linemen in the league, Justin Simmons, say this dude is a freak, right? And when you get, when you have defensive tackles like that, say, well, come on, man, this dude is a freak, bro. He was, every time I try to tackle him, I felt it. So yeah, you got a bulldozer, and then you hit him with the lightning on the other side, man. It's gonna be nasty, filthy work back there.
Okay. They're saying, okay. So I'm hearing some talk about Aiden O'Connell. Somebody will say they're gonna trade him. I because that Quebec always, because they asked him about the quarterback, they asked about Kirk Cousins, they asked him about Fernando Mendoza.
And he brought up
he always brings up AOC at the end. Say, don't forget about AOC. Would you trade him or no?
I mean, you already know that.
We're gonna trade Kirk Cousins to the Jets next year after they get done getting the number 1 pick with Geno. And then basically I would keep AOC as just a backup, man. Like I would, because it's a younger option, and then plus Mendoza's there forever. So,
No, next year is the last year on the contract. This year, this is final season under contract, on his rookie contract.
We're cheap. We're gonna bring him back.
I would not trade Mendoza. I would not trade AOC at all. Because if you do that, you gotta look at your quarterback room now. So you'll have Kirk Cousins, old man, dead, been there for a while. Then you have Fernando Mendoza, first year, and then you don't have the other quarterback. I'm trying to figure. What's his name? Yeah. I forgot which one they keep.
Jacob Clark.
Jacob Clark. Is it Jake Clark? Yeah, Jacob Clark. They kept him. Yeah, I know the dude was 6'5" and 220. So they kept him.
He's a big boy.
There he is. 6'5", 220. Yeah, he's not small at all. So then you get rid of AOC, so your backups are 2 rookies. That makes sense.
Nah, bro. Nah.
That makes sense.
Nah, bro.
Trade. No. At least Aiden O'Connell, although playing 21 games, 17 starts, his record's not good because that's not his fault because the team sucked around him.
Yeah.
I mean, basically this year though, they're not looking at the third option. They're looking at either Kurt or Mendoza because basically it's just a 2-step. Basically,
are they though?
You never know.
Really, well,
are they though?
So we're saying that AOC is better than Mendoza.
Huh?
That's basically. Well, are we saying that Mendoza's AOC is better than Mendoza?
Experience-wise, reading defenses,
Yeah,
yes.
experience-wise,
Snaps, yes. I agree. I agree. Yes, he's way ahead of him right now. He's going to be ahead of any rookie, bro. The dude's done it for 3 years. He was ahead of a lot of people as a rookie coming out of college. If you compare, like I've done a million times, his first 17 games to anybody in the NFL, he was ahead. This dude has knowledge, just like Mendoza coming out of college. There's a reason he threw 5 touchdowns with 500 yards against Michigan, who was going to the, going to be in the national championship game, and he knocked them out. This kid's a baller, right? He knows football. There's a reason why Spytek said, man, I'm really impressed with Aiden O'Connell. There's a reason why Kubiak went out of his way to say, I'm really impressed with Aiden O'Connell, that nobody mentioned his name. Not once, not twice, but in 3 different interviews.
He does it all the time.
Up, not even being mentioned. And number 3 is, if you look at just going, and I know OTAs doesn't mean nothing, but if you look at it, it was Kirk Cousins running with the 1s, Aiden O'Connell running with the 2s, and Fernando Mendoza running with the 3s. So if that's the way it goes, because Spytek and Kubiak and Janoko has all said, guys with the experience earn those reps. Aiden O'Connell has the experience. He's earned those reps just like Kirk Cousins has. Whether you like him or not, he's earned those reps. So they're going to go down the line. And unless they trade him, then more than likely he's going to be quarterback 2. And I wouldn't be surprised if Fernando's that emergency quarterback. They use that spot just to have him as the emergency. Yeah. So if something happens to Kirk Cousins in a game, you're not throwing Fernando Mendoza out there if he's not ready. You got to have that backup. You can't put him in.
By that time, he'll be ready.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Jason. You can't make a compare and contrast to Kirk Cousins. Mendoza or AOC. For one thing, Mendoza has not Mendoza have never in his life played in an NFL game. Ever.
Who's the more mobile quarterback?
Okay, well, you got those ticks and tacks in that. But
no, it's not a tick and tack. It's what in the NFL is going to translate.
Let me say this.
Sam Darnold's not mobile either.
Yeah, say thank you.
He ran on us. He ran on us.
Darnold wasn't mobile either.
Sam Darnold was not mobile.
Brady wasn't mobile either.
He's goofy as hell running just like Aiden O'Connell.
Sam Darnold has never been a mobile quarterback. Even USC was not mobile quarterback.
Are you going to take a chance with so you're going to go from Kirk? Say Kirk starts the first 4 games. He goes 1-3. So you're going to go to AOC. You're going to skip over Mendoza and go to AOC. Because there's no point of getting.
No, I don't think they do that. I think they have a set time for. I feel like they have a set time for when they feel like Mendoza is going to be ready. And if Kirk doesn't make it that far, then it's Aiden O'Connell next. And
see, I don't see
them rushing the process. They keep saying trust the process, let it go. Right? They say on a perfect world, you have a guy that can start until your quarterback is ready. So we don't know when he's ready, and nobody will know till he's ready until he's ready, right? They're not going to say he's ready right now and then have a quarterback controversy. And they sure the hell don't want Kirk Cousins to go out there and possibly throw 2 interceptions or 3 interceptions in the first game and the second game, and then the nation's screaming for Mendoza. So if you have him as the emergency guy, then nobody's on the bench yelling and screaming, we want Mendoza because he's the emergency. You can't put him in. So, right, 2 guys got to go down.
But they're not throw Mendoza.
They know what they're doing.
So if they don't feel Mendoza is ready yet, in their mind, and Kubiak's offensive mind, he said he's not ready yet. He still haven't got everything down pat yet. I'd rather see throw AOC in there than Mendoza.
It's May though. That's the thing. And plus both of them have the equal opportunity to learn the same playbook because they're both learning a new system. So you're saying that Mendoza is not going to have this system down at the same amount of time the AOC has to study the same system.
I don't believe so. I don't believe so.
Man,
he's going to know defense. He's going to know the terminology.
Exactly. I'm talking about experience against.
So what was the point of drafting Mendoza number 1? Like if he's going to skip
future,
number 30,
future.
But just hear me out. Like, so Kirk Cousins goes 1-3, right? So what was the point of getting Kirk Cousins?
If Kirk Cousins goes 1-3, that means this team is shit, and they probably don't want to put Mendoza out there if we're 1-3, unless it's all Kirk Cousins' fault. Now, if
see
we
what
go
I mean
1-3
if
because
there's
Kirk
no
Cousins
pressure,
throws 170 yards a game with 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions, if we're losing that way, then yeah, I can see putting out Mendoza. But if we're losing because the offensive line is not what we think it's going to be, because the defense is not what we think it's going to be, because the receiver core is ass like a lot of people assume, right? Then if we go 1-3 for that, do you really want to throw Mendoza out there and be okay? We suck, but you fix this. I don't
what's
see
the
that.
pressure?
I don't
There's
see
no
that.
pressure.
I see Smart, Spytek, and Clint Kubiak very knowledgeable of the NFL and the way things go. And I think they have a plan in the system. And I don't think it's to throw that kid out there until he's ready.
But the thing is, like, what's the pressure? Well, like, what is okay if we're 1-3, or if we're, what we want him to learn the system. That's the key. Like, we're not trying to hide him from, learning. He has to learn. And how are you going to learn besides getting hands on the field? Like, if we go 1-3, it's Mendoza time. Like, it's like, okay, we can do this with Mendoza. He has to learn. Like, there's no reason, because what are we playing for? What is AOC going to do?
Like that, but you also have to think like this, right?
What is AOC going to really do? Is he going to get us 12 wins in a row?
Yeah, but see, okay, you said 1-3. That's the season over at 1-3. The season is nowhere near over.
Chris, how many years have you watched us play?
Oh, well,
that's
how many
us.
Times that's okay. That's okay.
Well, how many times have we started 1-3, and how many times have we made
talk about us? But there many teams started 1-3 and 1-4.
I'm not talking about other teams. I'm talking about us.
You talking about 1-3.
I'm talking about us.
That was us then. This is not us now. Okay, that was then. They're talking about now. Okay, 1-3 season not over yet. So like the Rebels said, okay, so Kirk Cousins did something out there because the wide receiver room is shitty. This and that. If the offensive line can't block for Kirk Cousins, why would you put a kid out there who hasn't learned the defense yet to get pulverized and get his confidence down and get shaken up?
You're acting like he's a wimp. You're acting like he's a wimp. Like he's a Rudy Poo. Like, this dude is a beast, man. Like, people are downplaying how good this kid is. Like,
in college, he was good.
Tom Brady was a backup until Drew Bledsoe got knocked out of the damn game. So, like, you know what I'm saying?
Wait. Tom Brady was a what?
He was a backup
for how long? For how long? How many games?
Until he wouldn't have even played until got knocked out of
the whole season. The whole rookie season.
How many games was Tom Brady a backup before he got in the game?
If Drew Bledsoe hadn't got literally knocked out of the damn game.
No. Well, how many games was Tom Brady a backup until he got in the game? How many games?
Do you get my point? He wasn't.
No. Don't be the point. He's not making sense with that.
He wasn't even going to start.
Tom Brady a backup before he got in the game.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with what does that have to do with?
It has time.
That has nothing to do with.
Can I say one thing? In the NFL, if we know how practices work, right? If you're the third string quarterback, you're that practice guy. The second backup quarterback is usually the guy that's, standing there dictating what's going on. You have a practice squad guy for a reason that goes against the ones, and your backup might take a couple snaps, but most of the time during the season, they're doing walkthroughs, right? So this dude, if he's not ready by day one and he doesn't beat everybody out and they're like, okay, this is the best quarterback in the building, but we're going to put him in when we see fit. You don't just throw him out there. We already know he's probably the best quarterback in the building by far, but there's still a lot to learn. And until you learn that, there's no reason to put him out there and try to ruin his confidence or get him killed. Because if you look at the Indiana game against Ohio State, the first play of the game, he got lit up, rocked out of his world, bro. Imagine him getting hit like that by Myles Garrett. Imagine him getting hit by Chris Jones like that, right? It's not there yet. So he's got a great arm. He's got an intelligence. But the pocket presence, knowing the NFL, knowing the rhythm of the plays, knowing the timing of the plays, it's all a process you have to learn. I mean, go back and look at when Aiden O'Connell started. When his first game, he got sacked 7 times by the same player, Khalil Mack, his rookie. And he came back and tried to win that game, but threw an interception at the end and we lost, right? But in the next game,
the next time we played Chargers, 63-0.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So
But there wasn't
it
him.
takes
It was,
time
it
to
was the
develop. But
defense
that
did
was
that.
that was week 7 or
I
week
mean,
8 when he came
yeah,
in.
that was-
He got
could've
better.
been the other
He
way.
sat
It was.
again,
35
and then he got another start. Then he sat again, and then he came in the middle of the Chicago game because Brian Hoyer was asked,
See,
right?
look at that.
So he came in the middle of games. He
Let's
got
see,
one
see,
start, and then he
look what it
sat,
says.
and then he came in, and then he
Read that.
sat. Right? They brought him into it, and then when they put him in. The kid in the last 6 games threw 9 touchdowns to 1 interception, right? And went on a run and almost got us to the
Okay,
playoffs.
look.
So
David
Now,
was
I'm
stat.
not talking about
Elway
him
stat.
sitting.
Moreno
it's a
stat.
process.
Young
It's
stat.
a
Look at the
process
guys.
of learning the
Look at the
NFL.
guys who sat. Look at the
No,
guys
I'm not
who sat.
saying. So I'm not
Look
even
at
saying.
wait.
he
Look at the
shouldn't
guys
sit.
who sat.
I'm not
Walt,
saying he
what's up
shouldn't
that?
sit. That's what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he should sit, but I'm saying, are we gonna skip over him to go to AOC? That's what we're doing.
If he's your second string quarterback, more than likely that might
No.
be the case.
I mean,
a lot of people might not be happy with it, but if they feel like Fernando's not ready and they put him as a emergency quarterback, and you have Aiden O'Connell as your backup, if Kirk Cousins gets in, you think they're just going to throw, okay, let's go straight to the emergency? No, they're going to put in Aiden O'Connell. If he doesn't play well that game, then they'll evaluate it for the next game.
Because look, I'm looking at it like AOC. Pretty much, this is his last year. So Mendoza has a future
unless
like,
he's the backup. Unless he's the backup for the next 20 years.
There's no way in hell. That's no way. There's no way.
There's no way that AOC could be the backup. You think Kirk Cousins?
No, he could be the
third.
Yeah, be the third. He'll be the third string. But I mean, as far as him getting skipped over for AOC to start is just insane. Because for one, we're not competing for the playoffs, so there's no pressure for AOC to come in and try to bridge us.
Be prepared, don't be scared.
You know what? You make a valid point about that. Jason, you make a valid point about that. If it was later in the season, if we're like week 10, yes, Kirk get hurt.
Yeah, then
wait, hold on. If Kirk gets hurt,
6, Mendoza will be
hold on
game.
a minute. If like week 10, I ain't tell week 6 or 10. Later season, they already got like 8 games in it on their belt. Kirk get hurt. Kirk shit the bed. Okay, just bring Mendoza now. I think he's seen enough games. I think he's seen enough. Now you see that. But at the 3rd, 4th game of the season, no. He hasn't seen anything yet.
Look at that stretch we have to go through. If Kirk gets
if
Kirk gets hurt in the 3rd or 4th game, say something happens in the 3rd, or they just take him out, because I don't want to wish hurt on anybody. I don't even want to put that in the universe. But just say he's playing bad, and they're like, man, we got to go with another quarterback. You really want that quarterback coming in against Kansas City, the Patriots, the Bills, the Rams, then the Jets, then the Broncos. That's how you want Mendoza to start his career. Come on, that's throwing the kid to the Lions.
It would be all downhill from there, because you would have seen
feeding him to the Lions. That you might as well have a veteran quarterback. That's why our general manager and our head coach has said in every interview, in a perfect world, we have that perfect world. You have guys that can start, and if something happens to him, you have another guy that can come in if Fernando's not ready, or they don't think he's ready. And I'm not a fortune teller. I'm just saying maybe he's ready. Maybe they think he's ready just now already, and they're like, okay, they might have it penciled in. This is the date Fernando starts. We don't know, but I'm saying there's no reason to get rid of a quarterback. 2 years ago, there was 61 or 62 different starting quarterbacks in the NFL. The year before that, there was 47. Last year, it was in the 40s. That's 12, 13, 14, 15 different teams that have played a backup quarterback. So you gotta have that scenario. And again, like I said, Fernando Mendoza took some licks running the ball. We know he's got that mentality. He's not going to slide. How you got to teach that, right? It's not going to take week 1. It's going to take a couple weeks to tell this kid. I mean, look at Jackson Dart. Did he learn throughout the season? Right? They probably should have sat him a little longer and said,
exactly.
Take hits, right?
Do you want the future of the Raider franchise to sacrifice their first round pick in the first 3 games?
No, he's the future.
He's gonna be here 5 years.
On the player,
He's gonna be here 5 years. He's gonna be here 5 years. He's gonna be here 5 years under a rookie contract. So we're not going to sacrifice that. So Mendoza goes in game 3, gets hurt, or he shits the bed. His confidence is messed up. So he's wasted a number 1 draft pick for everybody wanting Mendoza in there. You know what?
Right, just to please the fans. Just to please the fans.
No, I mean, you guys are like
wait. I rather use AOC
or something.
Wait a minute, Jason. I'd rather use AOC as a fodder. Okay, you know AOC, get out there. You're an experienced veteran in the NFL. You've been there 4 fucking years. Get out there and then win some games. This is what we're gonna play. This playbook you're gonna run. Wait a minute, let me finish what I'm saying, man.
AOC what coming in to win some games.
Hold on a minute. Let me finish what I'm saying, Jason. Jason. If Kubiak is so confident in AOC, that's why he keep mentioning his name. I only mention his name because
he said his name.
Oh my God!
He loves that kid. He's got to say that.
You gonna let me finish what I'm saying?
Nobody asked him about AOC.
Jason, let me finish what I was saying first. Let me finish, man. You cut me off. Let me finish.
But I mean, that just makes no sense.
Let me finish what I was saying. I'm saying that Kubiak has trust AOC. That's why I keep bringing him up. All right. Now, the first 4 games. Okay, something like Kirk Cousins. Oh, he's not working out. I would put AOC in there. Okay, go ahead and do this because Kubiak knows how to coach these quarterbacks. Don wasn't running quarterback. AOC's not running quarterback. But he knows his playbook. He knows he's going to run. He's going to be primary a run first offense. I really have AOC out there taking the legs until they feel that Mendoza's ready to get out there. I'm not going to throw him in the fire yet. He's our future quarterback for the minimum of 5 freaking years. 5 years on a rookie contract. So throw him out there. Do the best you can.
But what does that do for Mendoza learning? Like, what does that do for him?
He's learning as he goes.
What did it do for Aaron? What did it do for Aaron Rodgers sitting behind? What did it do for Aaron Rodgers? What did it do for Patrick Mahomes? What did it do for those guys sitting and learning?
Exactly.
What did it do for them? It made them MVP Super Bowl players.
I mean, you guys are saying it like
how
he
many
should start like the first game. I'm saying he should sit, but I'm saying
that start right away win a Super Bowl. How many first round picks that sit for a year win a Super Bowl? No, it's astronomical difference.
There's no way.
They possibly could.
And we don't know.
We know
one thing. Everybody knows one thing. Tom Brady is still the minority owner. He is still the loudest voice in that room. And if he says Mendoza's not playing this year, Mendoza's not playing this year.
No, he's not.
But it doesn't matter what Spytech thinks. I'm sure Tom Brady and Mark Davis is going to go with whatever Tom Brady says. So if Tom Brady says this kid does not get in a game this year, no matter what, this is what I want, and I want to develop him. I want to be able to however he's going to do it, talk to him on Zoom meetings after the game, before the game, whatever. But if Tom Brady thinks that he's not playing week 1, no matter how much Raider Nation yells and screams or riots or holds up signs, the kid's not going to play.
I said he should sit, but I'm saying they're not going to skip over him to go to AOC.
If they think he should sit for a whole year and learn and he's not ready,
Mendoza's not going for that.
Why put him in there if he's not ready? It makes no sense.
Oh, the hell he doesn't. Like he has to learn that damn playbook, which is May. We have until
September. It's not the playbook.
We have until September, bro. Like, that's plenty of time. Come on now. We're talking about this.
It's not the playbook. He has to learn.
It's not the playbook. Playbook's easy.
He's a smart. You act like he's a dummy. This is the number.
No, it's not the playbook. It's talking about the experience against these defenses, against the speed of the game, against that. It's not the playbook. Everybody gonna learn a playbook. Even David Carr gonna learn a playbook. So what? Right? But the speed of the game.
We're built to run the ball. We're not the same team that we were before the prior year. We can run. We're
Jacoby Brissett knows the playbook. Gino knows the playbook.
The defensive schemes compared to college defensive schemes are a whole lot different in the NFL. These guys are bigger. These guys are faster.
So AOC is the answer. That's what we're saying. AOC
No, this is the
No.
problem. People just think because you mentioned AOC, everybody thinks he's the fucking future.
No,
No,
because
he's
when
the
you guys say
backup. He's
that they're
gonna
gonna
be a
go from
backup.
Kirk to
He's
AOC,
not the
that's
answer.
nuts.
He's
Like,
the
that's
answer
crazy.
until somebody's ready. He might be the answer. Who knows? He might be the answer for a game, he might half a game, a quarter of a game, but he's probably gonna be the bridge, just like Kirk Cousins. Nobody's saying he's the future, and let's let him go out and
Why
see
do
if
we
he
get
can win
too
10 games. And
rigid?
now everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, let's start Aiden O'Connell." That's
Well, you
never
know,
gonna
AOC
happen,
never
bro.
got
Even
AOC
if
never
he
got
goes
a fair shot.
undefeated, if he comes in at game 4 and goes undefeated, he's still going to be the backup or probably be traded. It doesn't matter.
Look.
Mendoza is the
AOC
future.
never got a fair shot. When AP took over for Idiot, he had AOC in there. And what did he do? He won some games for him with a better team then.
He had
Wait,
Devontae Adams,
AOC,
Kobe Myers, he had
AOC played under
Renfro, he had, you know what I'm
Getsy.
saying?
AOC played under Getsy. AOC played under so many offensive coordinators. Who does say AOC is not that guy? I'm not saying he's better than Fernando Mendoza, but we don't know yet. Because wait a minute, because you never saw Mendoza play an NFL game. He's not better than Kirk Cousins. He's not better than Kirk Cousins. But you never saw Mendoza play an NFL game yet. But I'm just saying this: if push comes to shove, they're like, you know what, AOC get in there. Mendoza is not quite ready yet. We do not feel confident Mendoza is ready yet to get in his first NFL start. They're going to throw AOC out there. Because I'll tell you one thing. Kubiak can work wonders with a non-running quarterback. Okay? He can work wonders with the play calling. Because everybody going to learn, like I said, everybody going to know the playbook. Even Jacob Clark know the playbook. It's not the playbook that bothers me. It's the AOC seen the defenses out there. He's seen the NFL. He's seen how fast they are. He's seen how strong they are. You know, you compare.
He's the Chiefs.
Even those at Ohio State got knocked out. Yeah, that's fine. But remember that's college. This is pros. These are the best of the best.
We never seen Mike Washington play in the NFL either. So, you know what I mean? We can say that about everybody. We've never seen none of them.
Well, running backs, of course, as a whole.
Running backs a different thing.
They're different.
It's different. You got guys blocking in front of you. You got to know where to hit the hole. You don't have the whole entire team on your shoulders. You have the offensive line. You have to know everybody's job, the defensive job. As a running back, come on, you don't have to know. You got to know, but you don't have to know. You don't have to know the playbook like he does. You not have to be involved. You don't have to know every little thing on the defense, every little move. You know, as a running back, it's a run play. This is where your hole's supposed to be, and if it's not there, you find another one.
Run backs, of course, two different things.
And you get all that with reps. Like, you don't get that from watching somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I mean, even if you're on the sideline watching, you're itching to play because you know that I need to feel this. I need to feel these reps. I can't just learn from just watching somebody throw a ball. I need to feel my own timing. I need to feel my own rhythm. Like it's gonna take him and he's not the type to just sit there and like, bro, he's gonna outwork AOC. That's not even an issue, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so much stuff that he can do that AOC just doesn't have that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I mean, if they go to AOC over, that's crazy because what did we get Kurt for? We could have just started AOC and then just let him.
Veteran presence in the building, a guy that's been to the playoffs, a guy that's bounced around to different teams, a guy that's been injured, a guy that's been replaced by a young team, right? Aiden O'Connell's been replaced by a couple guys, but that was just stupidity in the building, right? Kirk Cousins has been there. He's done that. He's had 4,000 yards passing almost every single season. He's been there, done that. He's going to show him the veteran side of it, how to prepare, how to lead for a game. And nobody's saying that Aiden O'Connell couldn't do that, but 3 is better than 1. You have 3 of the brightest minds in football. Why take that away from the progress of Fernando? You have 2 different aspects. Aiden O'Connell with what he's been through and Kirk Cousins, what he's been through. And you got 2 people feeding him, like he said, like a fire hose of all this information. Then you have the coaches. So it's better for his development. And I get it. I get what you're saying, that he needs to learn. But maybe, just maybe, they feel the same way you do. And maybe that's why he doesn't play at all this year. Because they feel the same way, like you just said, he needs to get his reps. And maybe preseason and those couple side games where he gets a quarter or 2 ain't enough reps. And they feel like once the season starts and it's Kirk Cousins, he's not going to have an opportunity to get all those reps and all those practice reps throughout the season. There's only 14 padded practices. There's only 14. You have to be able to prepare for the guy, and you can't have this guy if you're trying to prepare for a team. You can't have your starter not taking the reps because you're trying to develop a young quarterback in the middle of the season. So if he's not ready by day one, where they feel and have a date where he's ready to go, I don't see him playing the season, because if you're not ready by day one, you're not going to be ready throughout the season. You don't get that time. You don't get those reps. And if you're going by what you said, if he can't learn by watching, then we have a problem. Because, because if you can't learn and get better by watching film and seeing, like you just said, if that's a big problem. So I hope he can do that.
Well, I mean, the learning part's not going to be the problem. Like, I feel, I mean, I have full confidence he's going to be ready, because, like I said, it's May. It's May. He's going to get the playbook down. He's going to know the communication. He's already got players that he's played with before, you know. So he's going to be good. He's going to be good. And I just don't see, because, like I said, I see Kirk starting, but I don't see them jumping him to go to AOC, because if we're not playing for anything, why is AOC in? Like, we're trying to get Mendoza and Lindenbaum on the same page. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's our center for the future. So why would we waste time with AOC when technically we're not playing for anything this year anyway? So let's let him learn. Just let him take his hits this year, so that way next year he can come into his second season.
We don't know what we're playing for this year. What if they come out hot right out the gate, come out 4-0 and surprise the whole world? I mean, look at that schedule. We got Miami, we got two divisions, and the Saints. Like, there's nobody saying that if this team is firing on all cylinders through the preseason, if they can't come out and win all 4 of those games and shock everybody with Kirk Cousins, or shit, we don't know. Like I said, maybe Aiden O'Connell he looked pretty damn good out there rolling around, throwing passes just as good as Kurt. I thought his footwork was better. His release looked pretty damn good. So if there's a true competition, we're just assuming that Kirk's going to be that guy, right? They keep saying, may the best man win. There's a competition. So, and it could be Mendoza, right? Maybe Mendoza.
Hey, but you know, it might be Jim Clark come out there and beat everybody.
Yeah, like
everybody. Jim Clark come out there and beat all the guys.
We have no idea.
Never know.
Anybody.
But like I said, you know what's that? It's not the playbook. It's not that. That's the scheme. It's the experience in the NFL game.
Well, how do you get that? You have to get that.
Okay. Wait a minute, Jason. You want to say something? You cut me off. Well, every time, you gotta look at the experience point after. Yeah, you're gonna learn that in preseason, right? But remember, preseason they don't play at full speed.
Preseason's not gonna teach you real live speed. That's people trying to, you know, you got a mix of everything, like young players trying to play for their jobs.
I'm just not gonna talk.
They've never played in the NFL.
I'm not gonna talk. He's gonna say something, just coming right off. So I'm not.
Well, because there's no point. Because that's not a valid point. Because it doesn't really.
I wouldn't even finish my point yet. How you know it's not valid? I didn't even finish my point yet. How you know it's not valid? I didn't even finish what I was saying before you cut me off, so I'm just gonna let you guys talk.
Well, no, I'm just saying, because that still makes no sense.
Well, I was just saying too, but I got cut off. So
it's not a valid point. It's not what we want to hear. It's not valid.
I'm done.
If it's not what we want to hear,
have a good night.
Valid.
Jason will let me talk, so you guys have a good night. I was trying to finish making a point, but my point was
okay. Make your point. I'm done.
Go ahead, guys. Talk. You're an AOC hater. That's good.
I love AOC. You're acting like anybody that knows me. I love AOC, but I'm not going to put AOC over Mendoza. I'm not going to do that. That's what I'm not going to do. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I love anybody that knows me. I have a lot of love for AOC, but I see him as our third quarterback now. You know what I mean?
Well, that's just how, and that's fine. That's just an opinion, but we don't know how they see him. Look, I'm going to say one thing.
I mean, anybody just watch them play.
Wait. Can I finish? Can I finish? But can I finish?
Let nobody finish right now. Let him finish.
But can I finish?
Go ahead. I mean, you said he's gonna. AOC is the next coming of Tom Brady, and he's
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You're hearing people saying AOC's an MVP. We're talking about him being the backup quarterback and a rookie.
It's the point that you guys are saying that because
third string until he
said some nice words about
nobody said he's
supposed to call him a piece of shit or something. Like he's supposed to say, "Oh, AOC sucks." No, of course he's going to say, "Hey, AOC's working too."
Whoa. But he was never asked. He was never asked about Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah,
This
but
is the
everybody
thing.
always asks
Neither
about
was
Kirk and
Spytek.
Fernando.
Neither
So
was
he's like,
Spytek.
no,
They
don't
were
forget
both
about Aiden.
asked
Aiden's in this
Fernando
thing too.
Mendoza and Kirk Cousins, who's going to be the starter. And he said, I'm very impressed with Aiden O'Connell.
Well, because he
Now,
has to
wait,
keep them all
no,
involved.
he
Because
doesn't
it's
have to. You're
technically
just
a
putting words
three-man.
in
You
his.
know what I mean?
You're assuming that's what he has to do. He has to say, oh, but Aiden O'Connell. But just take your assumption away, and
As a good leader, you have to bring everybody up. You can't just talk.
maybe our head coach was telling the truth and telling how he really feels and not just doing what you think he has to say and saying, I've been impressed with Aiden O'Connell in the film room. I've been impressed with Aiden O'Connell and Kirk Cousins. I've been impressed what they're doing and the way things going, right? That tells me Aiden O'Connell did something, whether it was in throwing the football, whether it was in the training room, whether it was in the film room, he did something to leave an impression not only on Clint Kubiak, but on Spytek, because they both went out of their way to mention his name when it was never brought up. It was never in the topic. They didn't say 3 quarterbacks. All they said is the quarterback room. What is the deal with Fernando Mendoza and Kirk Cousins? And everybody keeps leaving him out. But the only people that don't leave him out is the general manager and the head coach that obviously he left an impression on, whether it was watching film, whether he went back and watched tape and seen that the kid put up 340 yards and 2 touchdowns against the defending Super Bowl champions and the Chiefs that went to the Super Bowl that year. I mean, there's a lot of film that you can look at Aiden O'Connell. He threw 4 touchdowns in the first half against the Chiefs, right? That's an impression. He's looking at that guy and saying, damn, Sam Darnold never did that before I got him to Seattle. Maybe, just maybe, is he looking at this dude and thinking, damn, right? They both said, Janoko said, we have young quarterbacks in the room that are asking questions and, that you don't see veterans ask. Fernando's asking a lot of questions, right? So how do we know that these guys aren't way smarter than they thought? Because obviously it left an impression for both of them to speak up and say, don't leave out Aiden O'Connell. Why? So, you could have just left it out. You could have just let it roll with it, and it'd been no problem. It wouldn't have brought up. There wouldn't have been a conversation on X or on everybody's YouTube channel. Damn, why are they bringing up Aiden O'Connell? Because he did something to leave an impression on there, definitely on them.
I'll tell you why. So if, say, me, you, and Chris, we have a podcast together, like every show we have this thing together, and someone goes, damn, Rebel, I love your show, man. You do that thing, man. Like you like, if they, the type of person I would, think you were, you would be like, you know what? Well, no, hey, Chris and, what I'm saying, Jay do their thing too, man. But somehow, some way you would connect us all back into it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what he did. As a leader, you're supposed to do that.
You're probably right. It wasn't 40 hours, but I wouldn't go grab some because I need a drink right now.
Yeah, but like as a leader, like you're not. So if someone's saying, just talking about 2 of your players, right? Aren't you going to speak up for your other guy? Like, hey, don't count him out, man. He's been working hard and can't.
Okay, I'm gonna say one thing.
He didn't I'm
gonna say one thing. You know what?
Kubiak's a non-BS person.
No.
Not going to go around.
I'm gonna say one thing about that, Jason. Either Kubiak is marking up Aiden O'Connell so he can get a team to look into him or a trade.
Yes,
that could be a possibility too. Hopefully, it's not, because I don't want to have 2 rookies and a backup behind Kirk Cousins.
I mean, it's both, because if you can get a draft pick for AOC, of course you're going to try to, because you're going to lose him at the end of this year, unless you re-sign him or whatever. So of course they're going to say, they're not going to call him a piece of shit. Like, they're not going to say,
what did Kubiak say? He said I'm very impressed with Aiden O'Connell, and I see a lot to work with this quarterback.
But I'm saying though,
I see a lot to work with. That means he's feeling like, damn, I'm going to work with this young man because he's going to be around for a minute. Kirk Cousins ain't going to be here, and we need 2 quarterbacks in the building. So I got a lot to work with, right? I got a future. I got a number 1 pick, the future, and then I got this dude that could step in at any given time and win us games and carry a team because he's already shown he can do it. He showed he could do it as a rookie and a 4th round pick.
Yeah. Only thing I'm saying, Jason, don't be surprised after OTAs and preseason and all that stuff. Don't be surprised if Aiden O'Connell becomes the number 2 quarterback and Mendoza is a
he'll be traded before he's the number 2 quarterback. I'll tell you that.
What?
Well, like I said, let it play out. I was gonna say, I'll stand by.
I was saying, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if that happens.
Don't be surprised if he's not here.
And you know what? We've had Mo Moton, we've had your boy Q, We've had Vinny Bonsignore. We've had every one of those dudes say for the last 3 years, Aiden O'Connell won't be here next year. Aiden O'Connell won't be here next year. We had Mitchell Reyes trying to get this dude traded. Every live he does 8 times a day, talking about Aiden O'Connell is just a backup and he'll never be a starter in the NFL. But Aiden O'Connell still sticks around. He still comes in. He still does what he needs to do whenever he's asked to do, and that goes a long way in the NFL. I think the hate that the fans have for him is the reason the Raiders are going to keep him around, because they're like, man, y'all could keep hating on this kid. And anytime we need him, he's going to come in and just keep closing mouths like he's done every time he's gotten the game.
Ain't no comes a recontract, man. So why get rid of him? He's not like old Wally veteran like Minshew was. And pay $11 a year. So why not keep around for his player? And then if it works out doing next year, see how it goes. Because like you said, a lot of teams lost their quarterbacks during mid-season and all that stuff. So Aiden O'Connell might be that guy. Hey, you need a quarterback. Aiden O'Connell's sitting back here.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why I feel he wouldn't be our second, because they would keep him at that third status just in case we do trade him, because then we wouldn't lose that. You know what I mean? We wouldn't lose that much.
All thing I'm saying is don't be surprised
if they run with 3 quarterbacks this year.
Don't be surprised if you say, you know what? Yeah, no, because they can change the emergency quarterback, number 2 quarterback week by week. They can always change it around.
I have him permanently as third. You know what I mean? That's I see him as third, because I really don't see them getting rid of him, because literally
that's where everybody has him, because they feel like Mendoza should just be that guy because he was drafted number 1. Right. We're not thinking about the coaching staff.
He's just
let me finish again. Look. We're not thinking about the coaching staff that's making people earn their shield on their helmet, right? We're not thinking about a coaching staff that's making people, not just the team, but Max Crosby, a veteran for 8 years, Colton Miller, earn his shield. And you're acting like they should just put him out there because he's the number 1 pick. And
no, he's gonna earn it. No, it's not. I'm not saying because of where he got drafted. The kid is he's a different character, bro. He's gonna earn it, and he's not gonna let nobody stand in his way. Like Kirk is lucky because he's a veteran, but he could, like it's May. Like I said, I want to see. We'll fast forward to August and see what the talk is. You know what I mean? Because
we all think that as Raider fans, but there's a lot of people all over the world that think this dude is going to be a bust and he's not even going to make it in the NFL.
I mean, I can't listen to idiots. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude, he's got it, bro. He's got everything you need. He just needs the opportunity.
But there's been plenty of quararterbacks in the NFL that's had everything you need.
I can't vouch for him,
one wrong play or one bad move.
I'm not vouching for other people. I'm
put this out there. Aiden O'Connell's making $3 million a year. $3 million a year.
Money shouldn't matter in this situation.
It does. So,
damn
it, dude. Damn, man.
Money, I'm tired of hearing everybody talking about,
Hold up.
It shouldn't matter about the.
Let me say this one thing, Jason. Let me finish what I was saying. He's making $3 million a year, right? They're not going to get rid of him right now. They're making that little bit of money. That's all I'm saying. Money does matter because they're paying 2 quarterbacks for the next 2 years. Gee, you left?
What just happened?
No, I was trying to say something. He cut me off. You left. Just to get back in there.
Did you just mute yourself?
No, I mean for once. That's one thing right because he cut me off as soon as I said something. I'm just trying to tell you that they got 2 ring quarterbacks. Huh? No, I just want to say something because he's going to say something. He cut me off. Let me finish this. They got 2 rookie quarterbacks on their 3 now on their deal. So they're not going to get rid of these guys because then the quarterbacks they paying for, Aiden O'Connell's making $3 million. Kirk Cousins making $1 million. Jacob Clark's making $800,000. So they're not paying for quarterbacks. So they're not paying for any quarterbacks. Money wise, they're sitting pretty. Can you hear me? Anyway, Jason, get back in there. I just want to say something right quick. You cut me off. I guess that's it for the show. Anyway, so I tell you what, only thing I was saying is that don't be surprised if it'll come with number 2 in the first part of the season. He probably move back down to 3 later in the part of the season. I don't think it'll be permanent. Depends who they play. If they see a team they playing with a tough defense, and they don't think that Mendoza's ready for this team coming like all these tough Denver, Buffalo Bills, all these tough defense. Even Kansas City has tough defense. If they don't feel he's ready to go out there against the tough defense yet, they're not going to put him out there to suffer. They're going to wait and see. Tom Brady said it. They're not put him out there. Why throw him into the fire? Dang it, Jason. Why'd you leave? Hold on a minute, guys. Anyway, I don't know what happened. Got cut off or he left. But anyway, so Rebel left too. So I don't know, man. This ain't no controversy, man. It's not a controversy. But anyway, guys, that's the show, I guess. Oh, he's back. You ready to come in? My problem is that not to stir up anymore. And not stir anything up. I was just saying that Aiden O'Connell, I wouldn't be surprised if he's number 2 quarterback. That's all I was saying. And I was saying the money-wise, why would they get rid of him? I don't make no sense. Aiden O'Connell did what he could do for what he had. He had the worst offensive coordinators. He had the worst offensive line. Didn't have a running game. He was playing without Jacobs there, so he had a running game somewhat. The coach McDelmy threw him in against one of the better defenses in the league as his rookie year to see how that turned out. Didn't ruin it. I don't think it ruined him, but he threw him in there to prove a point for McDelmy. Aiden O'Connell's not a bad quarterback. As a starting quarterback, maybe not. I don't see him being a starting quarterback for us or any other team this year. But the thing is, we're paying nothing for quarterbacks. We paid that stupid Minshew, $11 million a year. Wasn't worth it. But we ain't paying these guys like pennies on a dollar. Quarterbacks, 3, 4 quarterbacks. So why get rid of them? I don't know. What's your thoughts on that, guys? I think we'll get much of a trade for AOC anyway. Yeah, we could because, like I said, during the course of the season, quarterbacks get hurt. Quarterbacks don't perform right. So AOC could go to another team mid-season. Not now, not right now, because I don't know why would they trade him now, but mid-season, they could go ahead and trade him. They could go ahead like game 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever. They say, oh, we need a quarterback. You shouldn't say trading Aiden O'Connell. As long as the deal works out good for us, yeah, they could do that. But I wouldn't trade him now. Not in the slight bit. Because you got a quarterback battle. It's between all 4 of them. Everybody forgot about Jay McClark. He's still there. He'd probably be a practice squad quarterback. Good. You got Kirk Cousins going up. He's not the number 1 quarterback yet. He's until proven. For all we know, Mendoza can come out there in OTAs preseason and light it up so bad that we have to start him. Great. I'm with that. But if he's not ready, why throw him out there? There have been a lot of quarterbacks that got drafted high in the draft for years now who amount to nothing because as soon as the team drafted them, boom, they got blitzed, they got hurt, they just went downhill. Give it time. Give them time. Once they learn the game of NFL compared to college, they might become one of those quarterbacks. So, anyway, so it's coming up 2 hours. I think Jason's mad, frustrated. I don't know why he left. Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Anyway. So I don't know why Jason left. I just want to say something before he kept cutting me off. All that I was saying was the money don't matter. Yes, it does. Money does matter. Because like I was saying, you're not paying a quarterback $20 million, $30 million a year. Nobody's getting that. Our quarterback total value is like, let's see, 4, 5, 6, and we don't have Mendoza's contract up yet. But so you got 4 quarterbacks or 3 quarterbacks in the building that you're paying $6 million this year. $6 million in 1 year. Oh, unheard of. We got this paying Minshew $11 million a year. For what? Nothing.
Fernando's getting 10 something, isn't he?
They don't have it on the board, so they probably. So
it'll be around 10. It'll be around 10. But my thing is, if the money doesn't matter, then why the hell do we start Gardner Minshew over Aiden O'Connell, who ended the season on a hot streak? Exactly. If money doesn't matter, why the hell did we play Geno Smith through the whole entire season and not take him out after, back-to-back three interception games? Like, if money doesn't matter, come on, it's all about the money.
So we say Mendoza getting 10. So yeah. I'm looking at what? Let's see, 5. So $6 million.
The smartest
$16 million for 4 quarterbacks. Unfreaking heard of.
And probably the smartest quarterback room in the NFL. I mean,
I agree with that.
Just the intelligence in the building between all 3 of them, like it's ridiculous. So yeah, I don't know why everybody wants to get so upset and get crazy when you mention Aiden O'Connell's names, bro. It just sets people off. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, but it doesn't really matter. And I just feel like if you're looking at this team and, we don't know what Kirk Cousins is going to be, right? We don't know if he's going to be the Kirk Cousins, Kirk change, which I'm sure those times are way past him. He's 38 years old. I mean, Chris Sims did his quarterback drop. I broke it down yesterday, right? And he has Kirk Cousins ranked the 34th best quarterback in the NFL. 34. There's only 32 teams. You know where he has Fernando Mendoza ranked?
What?
33.
Well, it's Chris Sims.
Yeah, but guess what? Last year, when Chris Sims, and the year before when he does his quarterback rankings, if you go back and compare his rankings, they're pretty spot on every single year. When everybody else had Geno Smith, a top 5 and a top 10 quarterback in the NFL because of his completion percentage and whatever, like he's dual threat quarterback and all that garbage they were saying about Geno Smith. Phil Sims said, nah, bro, I got him as the 24th best quarterback in the league. Well, he finished way closer to 24 than he did to 5 or 10. You know what I mean? So like that, and he's like, bro, I was watching, Kirk Cousins last games last year, the last couple of games he played in. He looks slower, right? He's slower. He doesn't have the explosion in the hips to throw the ball down the field like he used to be able to. He doesn't have, right? Most quarterbacks have this motion where your arm's out, right? And you're using all of it. Kirk Cousins, if you watch him throw, he comes down and up and around. It takes a while to get the ball out when you're doing that. You don't have the quickest release. So there's a lot of things with Kirk Cousins that if you're looking at it and going, there's going to be, there's a quarterback competition, then yeah, I could see putting Fernando Mendoza out there. I'm not arguing that he's more than likely the best quarterback in this room and will be by the start of the season. But we still have to look at Tom Brady. And like I said, when Tom Brady and Spytek and Clint Kubiak all believe that, you should sit and pay your dues, right? Pay your dues. This is the NFL. This is a respect league, right? And we keep hearing them talk about Kirk Cousins has earned the right to take first team snaps. Fernando Mendoza hasn't earned shit.
I don't put it past them to start Fernando. I mean, if Mendoza go out there and ball his ass out, all right, let's start him, whatever. But like you said, he still has to learn the game, not the playbook. The playbook for him probably easy because he was going to Yale and he went to Cal Berkeley, one of the top 10 think tanks in school. So he's no dummy. You don't learn a playbook. It's the point of going out there and learning the NFL game compared to the college game. You learn the defenses because he's going to see a lot of different defenses. As soon as the defense see a rookie quarterback They're like, oh, rookie, let's run these certain stunts. Let's run this, that. Let's confuse him until he got a chance to play like that. But like I understand what Jason was saying. You have to learn his lumps. But one thing I don't want him to do is get like the rest of these NFL quarterbacks that happened to him all past. You can look at the history of the NFL quarterbacks in the drafts. Not all of them make it successfully, make it good. They get their lumps. Look at Caleb Williams last year. He did learn his lumps, but he looked damn near awful out there.
How many times have you seen that? I can't count the number of times that I watched on film. And again, I watched every single snap that he took last year, probably 4, 5, 6 times. So watching it, looking at it, you can't erase the fact that he still pats the ball, right? That's a problem in the NFL. It's a problem. You can't pat the ball before you throw every single time. It's going to take a minute to get that out of him as well, right? So when you have tendencies like that, and then if you watch the film, there are plenty of times, and people want to say, you know, because it's Raider Nation and it's their quarterback and he's the number one, they don't want to look at, you know, what people are bringing out that are facts just because it's hate on them, and they think they're hating because they're telling the truth and that's their honest opinion. But more than not, plenty of times I've seen him drop his eyes, right? There's plenty of plays where when the pressure is coming, he does this. Like there was many times where he folded up and didn't run, right? Just didn't know what to do. Was like, oh shit, I'm about to get hit. Like you can't do that in the NFL. You have to gain that pocket awareness, that pocket presence, and it's different than being in the gun, right? When you're in the gun and the pistol throughout your whole entire season, and now you're coming in with guys that, you know, are on the line running 5.2s, right? Or 5 flats, or 4.8 that are defensive linemen that are, you know, probably up there with close to your speed. Some of these edge rushers, like it takes time, man. It takes a lot of time. And I don't want this kid to be thrown out there and, you know, one time go to make a play or a read or something and not feel the pressure and get just absolutely walloped, or take off running and, you know, not go out of bounds like he's done many a times. And there's a couple plays where he just got leveled on the sideline, right? And took a minute to get back up. So you don't want to take those chances with a number 1 pick if you don't have to. Let him learn the game. Let him learn what Jackson Dart couldn't do, right? What he couldn't learn is you got to slide. You can't just think he's got that mentality at 6'5" that he's bigger than most guys trying to tackle him. So he's like, man, I don't have no problem trying to run.
A number 1 pick that you could have traded back and got a whole bunch of guys. You don't want to take that chance on. You're betting on him in the future. Like I said, you got him for 5 years at least. You got him for 5 years. Minimum. You're going to build something around him. They're going to see this year, okay, well, we need this now for next year. We want to build around that. We don't want to go and sacrifice that guy so early in the season. Me personally, if they think that he's not ready, okay, he's not ready. Number 1 pick. Well, number 1 pick always should. Yeah, that's not always the case, because I've seen a lot of number 1 picks and the top 5 picks, quarterbacks don't do anything in NFL. Anything. We experienced that before with Jamarcus Russell. I don't want to go to that back again. But
and
when the guy's not ready,
no matter what, I mean,
when the guy's not ready, he's not ready. This is not ready for prime time. This is what it is. You know what? I know he needs to learn. We'll put him out there. Well, maybe okay. If say we would be in a team, and I won't say what team. Say we'd be in a team by 24 points in the 4th quarter, by 10 minutes left, 4 minutes left again. Our defense is doing an outstanding job. Okay. Throw him out there then with the ones. Throw him out there. Let him get ready that way. But not the 4th game of the season. I would rather throw Aiden O'Connell out there as a fodder. You know, if you're trying to win this game, my best chance to win the game is with Aiden O'Connell, who has played in NFL games before. That's all I'm saying.
And has beat good NFL teams, right? And we mentioned Mike Washington, and you mentioned Mike Washington, Ashton Jeanty, Roman Hemby, Connor Hayward, right? Dylan Labe, whoever it's going to be. Some of those guys is going to be right. At least 3 of them minimum, probably 4. But you have this running game, And then you have a dude that in Aiden O'Connell that is 6-1 and should be 7-0 when the team rushes for 100 yards. So he can be that game manager that come in and doesn't turn the ball over a lot, right? He doesn't try to press it downfield, right? He's fine if you move him off his spot. He can still make plays. So yeah, it just, you got to have that insurance piece in the NFL. Now, don't get me wrong. If we come out in the preseason and this offensive line is giving up no pressures and no sacks, right? And we're running the ball for, 200 yards in the preseason with every running back that we got's getting, big chunks and big gains, and our defense is lights out, then okay, yeah, throw the kid in there. Let's play him day one, right?
But the way the schedule looks, man, we got some tough road ahead. Some tough teams that are playoff teams and defense. I don't want out there out there like Mrs. Confidence. Like I said, Aiden O'Connell is the best thing we have as a backup because I think he's the best backup quarterback in the league right now. I rather have him than not have him.
He's definitely top 5 for sure. I mean, there's got to be some good quarterbacks. With Chris Sims got Kirk Cochains ranked 34th in the NFL. Like that's rough. That's super rough. But he has reasons. He said, his timing, his release isn't what it used to be, right? His eyes ain't what it used to be. A lot of those things ain't what it used to be. So if Chris Sims sees that, right, don't think Spytek, don't think Clint Kubiak, don't think Andrew Janoko aren't seeing the same thing and going, okay, man, like let's give Kurt the shot because he's earned that respect, right? But he said it himself. If I'm not the best guy out there, I don't want to play.
Exactly.
So maybe he realizes, damn, bro, like both of these quarterbacks are better than me, and I'll be just fine, being that rah-rah guy on the bench. But then you also have reports today where, there was somebody that lined up wrong and Kurt yelled at him, something like loud, like get your ass where you're supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like with authority, and dude got in the right place, and it ended up being a big play down the field. So that's what, I heard from practice. I heard he also made a big play and was, yelling and screaming like, yeah, that's why we do this, kind of like Geno Smith was doing at the kids' high school game. So he is a leader in that aspect and that rah guy. So yeah, I really don't care, man. I don't care if it's Kirk Cousins. I don't care if it's Aiden O'Connell. Again, I don't care if it's Jacob Clark or Fernando Mendoza. I just, like everybody else, you just want to see, right? You just want to see progress. You just want to see him get better.
Exactly.
But you also don't want to see him go out there and just leave a quarterback out there because his name is Kirk Cochains or because he was the first overall pick, right? You don't want to have to deal with that. We've dealt with that too many years. If he's the best quarterback and he gives you the best chance to win, then put him out there. If he's not,
and we done that because
and go with the guys that give you the best chance. Because like I said, the way I'm looking at this offensive line right now, you have Trey Zune that he said today, Kubiak said today is going to play all positions. We're training this dude to play all positions. Yep. Right now he's at right tackle, but we would like to play all positions. You know what that tells me as a football fan for 51 years? I'm thinking, well, damn, if you could keep 8 offensive linemen or 9 instead of 10, that's one more spot. So you can keep 3 quarterbacks, right? Yeah.
Because you know what I mean? If he can play guard, he can play a backup center, he can play all positions. That means we can eliminate one of these offensive line guys, like you said, and have an extra spot open for another player. So they're working out things, and I'm just gonna finish wrap this up with Aiden O'Connell. You know what? I don't know if that they're trying to pump him to get a trade for or not, but me personally, I would not trade O'Connell because if anything happen to Kirk Cousins, you're gonna throw Mendoza out there. What's out of Mendoza? What you left with? Huh?
Yep.
What you left with?
Yep.
Nothing. You left with Jacoby, or was Jacob? What his name is? Jacob Clark?
Yep.
I don't think so. He's a practice squad player. You left with what? That means then you got to go out there and spend some money to try to find another quarterback because we traded Aiden O'Connell, and now we have nobody.
Yeah. Or the worst scenario is, something happens, Kurt's not ready, he's not the guy, or whatever happens, and then you don't feel like Mendoza's the guy. You traded Aiden O'Connell, and now you got to go waste a 5th-round pick on a guy like Kenny Pickett that we did last year.
Exactly. Exactly. And we've been doing that for many goddamn years.
Yeah, like no, be prepared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Be prepared. Just have the quarterbacks in the building. Right? And have a guy that's going to learn the system through OTAs, and not a guy you have to bring in like a Kenny Pickett in the middle of the season that don't know shit about the team, doesn't get to take any reps, any snaps, right? Like that, it just makes no sense, bro. If you want to be competitive, you have the best chance to win. You have 3 quarterbacks. I mean, damn, the Cleveland Browns ran with 4 quarterbacks on their roster.
5, then they had 5 until Pickett, they got rid of Pickett. But here, that's it. I'm not saying Aiden O'Connell will be the quarterback number 2. I'm not saying that. I don't know who's going to be quarterback number 2. Well, I know it could be Kirk Cousins be number quarterback 2 and Mendoza number 1. We don't know. We have yet to see. I'm just saying, though, don't be surprised if beginning of the season, Mendoza's emergency quarterback, Aiden O'Connell's number 2. Don't be surprised at that. Don't go, oh, my God, they dropped number 1. He should be like, no. Don't be surprised at that because it will outrage a lot of fans. And what gets to me is that fans, number 1 pick, he should start right away. We had a discussion last week. What's the name? Chewy. That don't translate anything. Just because number 1 pick don't mean nothing. Only guys number 1 pick because of the best quarterback in the class. And we need the quarterback. And we got one for the future. Why ruin it now?
Yep. Because really, I don't see a scenario if the Raiders were picking at 6 where they move up to get Fernando Mendoza at 1. Do you?
Nope. I don't see that happening.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like and if you listen to Spytek, when he was asked, when did you fall in love with Fernando Mendoza? He didn't say the national championship game with the iconic run that everybody has seen was all over social media and blew up with like billions and billions of hits, right? It wasn't that iconic run. It wasn't the 17-0. It wasn't that he won the Heisman Trophy. He said is when they sat down at dinner to talk football, his knowledge of the game, the way he asks questions, the way he cares about his teammates, his personality. That's what they fell in love with. So they didn't know right away they were taking Mendoza. It wasn't until way after all that process and really close to the draft and after, right before the draft where they finally got those top 30 visits and they brought him in again and got to, put him on the whiteboard and draw some stuff up. And they're like, man, this is the guy. So, they didn't go into it thinking this is Mendoza. We're taking Mendoza. We need a quarterback.
It wasn't automatic.
They fell in love with the kid just like Raider Nation did.
They had to go through all this. They knew this was going to take them after all that Heisman win and all the national championship, blah, blah. They didn't want to take him. Why would they invite him to a top 30 pick visit? Why? Why go to his pro day when you know what he can do? They had to reevaluate and look it over. Like, because Spytek always says that he want more picks in the draft. He gets to that number 1 and got about 2-3 more picks and a next year pick. But no, they had to reevaluate to make sure that this is the guy that will lead us in the future. Not tomorrow, in the future. I mean, tomorrow's future, but not getting it ready to play tomorrow, but further on in the future. Now we got a quarterback we can work with. Now we got something we can work because when they picked up Kirk Cousins was for a reason. And they still wasn't sure they're gonna get Mendoza, but they probably like up and up's like, yeah, we probably will draft Mendoza. But we need somebody there to bridge that gap until the kid's ready.
My internet's been out and I'm using my phone, so
yeah, okay. So all I'm saying is this. Start Mendoza game 1.
I keep getting kicked.
If they think he's ready, go for it. If they don't think he's ready, let him sit. Then somebody Kirk Cousins, I would not put him in that game 1. And Kirk Cousins is spraining his pinky toe. You got to sit out for a game. All right, you'll see your turn. You know how defense works. You read the playbook. You know what we're trying to do. We're going to run the goddamn ball. All you got to do is don't make no mistakes. in the first few games of the season. Now, and not halfway through the season, all right, you know what? But they get ready. Oh, yeah, I get you, man. I'm gonna wind down in a minute anyway. My buddy left, man. I think he's mad. I don't know. He got kind of heated. Anyway, he'll be back. It's not the end. Dang, that's on my call. He must be really mad at me. But anyway, so what you guys think? The people that's in here chat. Would you be surprised if Mendoza AOC is the number 2 quarterback to start the season? Would you be surprised at that? Yes or no? I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be more surprised they trade him in this year. If they do, I don't see what else they're gonna do. What they're gonna do? Bring another veteran quarterback in for $10 million a year? No, that'll be dumb. Because if you look at it, we got a lot of cap space for next year. Since we're only paying the quarterback $16 million this year. Anyway, guys, Rebel, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. See, I told my buddy he's not talking to me right now. I don't know what happened. I just want to say one thing before he cut me off. But anyway, Jason, if you're watching, I'll talk to you later. Anyway, guys, this was a Cover 3 show, but now it's me by myself. I'm going to sign off. Stay tuned. We're going back to Tuesdays. Next Tuesday. This Tuesday we had that Bakersfield kind of wore me out. Like I said, shout out to all the people I met in Bakersfield. If you're watching this or you will watch it eventually, I appreciate everybody that was there, especially you, Chaos. I love meeting new people, especially the Raider Nation guys, because one thing about that, we are a passionate fan base, and we are sick and tired of the Raiders being the Raiders they were the past 2 years. It's time for us to move up. It's time for us to get right. It's time to play better football. Because we saw last year was utterly complete garbage. I'm not paying them. I'm not paying money to see garbage. If that's the case, I'll go out in the field and watch some kids play football. It's not garbage they're playing. But I might as well go out there go to a park and watch football. But it's more entertaining than what we had the last 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 20 years. You know? A pickup game. More entertaining than watching the Raiders in the last few years. I can't deal with that anymore. So let's hope for the best. You know, with Spytek, with Kubiak, what the regular organization is doing right now, it looks impressive. But I'm not getting my hopes up high. Not at all. Anyway, so thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you again soon, Tuesday, but stay tuned Sunday morning. If my friend's still talking to me, we have a Sunday morning building show. It starts at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And we'll discuss the latest happenings because today was OTAs. Then they got one more left. And we'll see what goes. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me, or us, or just me now. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for joining us. Bye, guys.
Raider Nation Jason, Chris, 4 Raiders, Chewy, and this the Cover 3 show. Raider Nation Jason, Chris, 4 Raiders, Chewy, and this the Cover 3 show. Raider Nation Jason, Chris, 4 Raiders, Chewy, and it's the Cover 3 show.